Yes, everybody, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in this wonderful Tottenham world of ours, and we are coming up against the K-League All-Stars. This is going to be now. Gosh, I'm already lost track, Dave. Is this going to be the fifth, fourth preseason game already? This might be the third watch-along at this stage as well.
It'll be the fifth, I think. We've had QP, we've had Cambridge behind closed doors, if that's counted. Then we have Hearts, QPR, and Vizsla Kobe, and then this.
Oh, wow. So we're well into the preseason, and now we have Bayern Munich left, and then we'll get kicked off into the regular season. It feels like things are starting to heat up. Things are warming up. Dave was warming up on the pre-match build-up. Hopefully you were all there with him, and now you followed us over onto the watch-along now. And looking forward to this one. We have the lineups in front of you. We're going to talk about those in just a second here. But Dave, it's middle of the evening for me. I'm getting used to what Ribsy, Dark Sun G, so many people have to go through on a regular basis. Thankfully, I don't have to go through it as much as they do. I was even joking to Ribsy, these prime time 9 p.m. kickoffs. It's not like they're going to last for too long, so you better enjoy them while they last. But how are you doing this, I guess, morning for you, Dave? It's still kind of I guess, approaching early afternoon, early morning. How are you this afternoon?
Yeah, it's approaching midday for me, so not too bad. Look, first of all, thank you very much for your commitment and getting up. I think I counted back the hours. I think it's like 5 a.m. for you, so absolutely madness.
3:37.
But
Yeah.
I would say you're probably going to have to get used to it, especially with us playing on Sundays with Europa League. They're going to be a bit earlier as well. Hopefully not as early, but fair play and respect the effort on that. Second of all, it's absolutely great to be back in the hot seat. Of course, Nick last week let him take my seat because he's affiliation with Japanese football and stuff like that. But I'm back this week and I can't wait because I'm not going to lie. It was bloody strange and awful sitting on the couch watching the game on my own, rather than being here on the watch along. So I'm delighted to be back and hopefully we see a cracking game of football today, Jack.
Yeah, I'd like to see a cracking game of football. I think so far Spurs have actually delivered that in the majority of the preseason games. I think we have seen some really fun stuff, and it's mostly been from our youngsters. They've been the huge positive throughout this preseason so far, and for the most part, while we have plenty of things to complain about, I think when it comes to the transfer window and the Spurs fan base are getting pretty restless, and we have said, to a degree, rightfully so, with how important this upcoming season is. You want to feel like Spurs do have some type of plan to back Ange Postecoglou. But while I feel like that, is a very justified kind of anxiety, I think we can all really, I don't know, in some degree, shake hands with the fact that the preseason hasn't been that much of a disaster, if not been mostly positives, I think, so far, with how a lot of the players have played so far, with seeing guys like Donley, playing out of position and being given lots of chances. Archie Gray looks to be almost, I know it's only preseason, but he does look damn near close worth to the 40 million pounds with how well he's been playing. Bergvall's been given tons of minutes. We're seeing experimentation with Kulusevski being played down the middle. We're seeing other youngsters being given their chance and being given their shot. So I don't know if people get the distinction that I'm trying to make here, but I think I find it funny that the transfer window is, I think we're really learning, quite separate to the preseason. We're seeing, some really positives from this preseason games, and then kind of the transfer window has been an entirely different story. And I hope maybe people can understand my
No,
distinction in that, but I've been liking that part so far. I've found a lot of positives from these preseason games. They've been a lot more fun than in previous years, Dave, for me.
No, 100%. Look, they've been a lot more enjoyable. We're on good form. We're playing some decent football and stuff like that. There's a lot of positives to take away. The youngsters, they've come in, they've added to what we're doing. I made the point on the pre-match build-up. Would we got some of the results we've got without them contributing this pre-season and playing? So I think there's been a lot of sort of positives in that regard. I still think there's a few things that we should be concerned about. Yeah, we can sit here and fluff it off as, oh, these are only fitness and stuff like that. But we're still being opened up by average teams. Better teams are going to open us up even more. That's something that I'm interested to see whether Gray can bring that bit more protection to this squad today, and not have us be opened up as easy as we have been at times. But also going forward with the first 11, especially with the front three, I still don't think we found the right mix or the right blend, and I think that's where it sort of heightens the need for the transfers in that areas and actually heightens the frustration. But apart from that, I think there's been a lot of positives, a lot of positive
Yeah.
takeaways from pre-season. It's just unfortunately, if the club could have got their act together sooner, would have been a lot more positive vibe over this preseason and heading into the season, and just in general around the club, which can do wonderful things and inspire and push everybody onto the right way.
Yeah.
But as usual, Tottenham don't want to make us 100% happy. They like to only give us 50%. So hopefully the other 50% comes, Jack.
Well, yeah, let's hope so. But we've become quite used to dining on that 50% and making the most of it. But everybody, we're going to read aloud the lineups, and then we are going to go through the chat as well. Really appreciate you, Davy Shire, as well. Sorry, Rob Wallace. It's been Davy Shire recent. Clearly it's 3:30 a.m. for my eyes here because I just assumed it was Davy Shire. He's been so generous. But Rob Wallace, another person who's been very generous to us in the past, has gifted out just now 5 memberships. Big up to you, Rob, and I hope you are keeping well down under, sir. And he says he's giving it to Joe. Big up to Joe. Please take advantage of the generosity as well as others. So next fan show, please, this next coming Monday, we would like to see you guys take advantage of the recent generosity of so many of our fellow members and people in this community, giving you guys the chance to come on and have your say. Orox Beats, would love to see you come on. I know you've been with us a long time, so maybe you could take advantage. Destiny 5 as well. I've seen you plenty of times in the chat. Would love to see you take advantage too. Foggy Martin and Joe Hong. Lots of people who I know have been in the chat with us for a long time and have been very generous to us with their time. And we'd like to see you guys come on, have your say, give us, something different to talk about, or, just add a voice to the lovely Spurs community that we've been developing over here in our little neck of the woods. So please, everybody, do thank Rob, and also do take advantage of what he's given you. And I think as we're approaching the upcoming season, you guys are also going to take advantage of some of the early perks and benefits that we're about to put out for a lot of the new members as well. So please do thank Rob, and hopefully you guys can take advantage of it and see the perks and the benefits of being a member.
Big up, Mr. Wallace. Really appreciate the support, buddy. And, just put in the chat, let us know how you're keeping. I like to, keep in contact and see how people are. So just put in the chat, let me know how you're keeping, buddy.
Big up to you, Rob. On to the lineups, though, Rob. And we have Vicario in goals. We got Pedro Porra at right back. Emerson Royale likely at center back. They have Davies next to him. Wonder where he's going to be playing. Is it going to be left back? Is it going to be left-sided center back? I guess we'll find out. Jamie Donnelly, he's played all over the pitch from left back to, at some point, some minutes in midfield. You wonder where he end up playing today. And then you have Pop Matasar, Archie Gray, and Bergvall. In that, 3 there, you could find a midfield. It's going to be tough to guess, really, what the likely pairing of all these people are because, like I said, you could see Gray at center back or you could see him in midfield, and you could see Donnelly at left back, or you could see him in midfield. It's going to be a tough call, really, here until we actually see them out on the pitch. Kulusevski's in the front 3 as well, alongside Sonny and Johnson. You could hazard a guess that maybe Kulusevski is going to keep his spot down the middle as the striker, and then Sonny out on the left with Johnson on the right, and then there's just a whole list of bench players to be picking from there, which is always really nice to see and beneficial. And I'm just going to pull them up here so maybe you guys can get a better glimpse of it, because I know it can be maybe a bit blurry for you guys when it does come to the lineup, but let me pull that up for you here. And we have Austin, Whiteman, Gunter is our 3 goalkeepers. Spence, hopefully we can see the Jedi be given more opportunities to shine. We have George Abbott as well, fine midfielder of the academy. Dragashin is joining us finally, the Dragon. And then we have Skip and Basuma and Hall and Divine in midfield. 3 or 4 players that I mentioned there that we can definitely see some action from tonight. James Madison could be joining the team as well in the number 10 role, likely coming on for someone like a Bergvall, you'd imagine. Mikey Moore, would love to see that guy continue to make his impact in the second half. We have Solomon as well, Werner, Scarlett, Valise, and Lancashire. 3 strikers to choose from. No Richarlison yet again, though, which I think Ange Postecoglou already alluded to in the press conference, but just something to remind yourselves of, that Richarlison's still not available during the preseason, being kept, I guess, in the ice chamber of some kind, or is just, they're approaching it very cautiously with Richarlison. Dave, any thoughts on the lineup before we get to the chat here?
Yeah, just quickly, look, I know there's a lot of outrage about Davies and Royale playing centre-back. Davies will play left-sided centre-back. Donnelly will go left-back. I get it, But I do think that's being angry for being angry's sake. I do think there has to be a bit of understanding. Radu Dragson's only been in Korea 2 days, nowhere near fit enough to start. Ashley Phillips is out injured right now. Darrington is still recovering from his hamstring surgery at the end of last season. And Romero and Van de Ven were still waiting to get back. So it's not like we need to go into the market and sign more centre-backs, I don't think. But I think there just has to be a degree of patience on getting these guys back. It's not ideal. I don't think Ange wants to do this. But I think right now, because all of our options are either injured or away on holiday, so I think, that's the only choice he's got. So I'm not too outraged about that. I'm not too concerned, because they're going to get barely any minutes over the course of the season anyway, and the other one's leaving. When it goes into midfield, I'm really excited to see this midfield, Jack. This is what I'm here for today. Archie Gray in the 6, Papa Massar in the 8, and Bergval in the 10. I think it's going to be super exciting, plenty of energy, good on the ball, a lot of movement, and hopefully very, very attacking. I'm really rooting for Bergval today. Why? Because I think he can displace James Maddison if he has a couple more good games. I really do. I think this is why Ange Postecoglou has picked him in this team over James Maddison, because I still don't feel like we're getting anywhere near as much as we should be out of James Maddison. I don't think he's come back, ripped it up, proven a point or anything like that. And I think, fair play to Postecoglou. So let's see what Lucas Bergval can do today. I was raging he got injured, against QPR, because he was just in the midst of playing well, getting things going. And one thing I've noticed about Bergval, he starts fast with great intensity, so I'm really excited to see him out there today. The only area I'm maybe a little bit disappointed is I want to see Moore and Son on opposite wings. I want to see what that looks like in terms of creativity. I'm not going to sit here and drag Brennan Johnson down. Everyone knows my opinions on him. But I do want to see what Moore and Son can offer in terms of attack and play, in terms of creativity, how exciting it could be. That would be the only change I would make. But apart from that, if Kulu's up front again, let's go, Decky.
Let's go, Decky, indeed. Hopefully the stream is, by the looks of things, going live to you guys, and things are things are looking okay for you guys. We do have the lineups, of course, in front. We have everything that you guys should need. Let us know if any issues do arrive at any point, or if any of us is too loud or too quiet or anything like that. But we do have Hansy in the chat. We have William Webb, who's out in the Great Barrier Reef of Queensland. I mean, that sounds absolutely lovely now, William. Hopefully, at some point, Dave and I can get maybe an Australian tour of the land of Ange Postecoglou. But we also have some Koreans joining us this evening, which is nice and fun. And if you guys could give us some insight as to where Yang Min-hook could be playing, or what maybe impact we could be expecting from him, that would be very nice. And what I saw, Dave, is that he could be playing right back in this game for the K-League All-Stars, or at least that's what appeared on screen in the Google lineups. And he wouldn't be a Tottenham player already if he wasn't playing out of position. So he's practically a Tottenham lad already if he's playing out of position at right back, if you ask me, Dave. Hansy, good to see you. We have Ribsy85, the one and only. Good to see you, Ribsy. MV Joker Davis. Really appreciate you, MV Joker Davis, joining us as well. Both of those guys are on the fan show even just earlier this day as well. Big up to you guys. The Diddler's in here. Big up to you. Darren Kilbane. Why is Royale playing, considering he's on the brink of going to Milan? What happens if he gets injured? Very good point, Darren. You'd imagine that Emerson's going to do his best to keep himself healthy in this game. I wonder if with Spurs, they would be that type of club to maybe not risk some of the other center backs in their team, like Dragishin, like Ashley Phillips, and then instead they might actually risk more likely the player that they are trying to get rid of. If you can understand that twisted logic, they'd actually rather maybe injure Emerson than they would actually injure the guys that they actually plan on using this upcoming season. And maybe, just maybe, and it's a little silly to say this, just a tiny version of like a testimonial or something like that for like an Emerson Royale. I think we got a version of that even with like Højbjerg when he came on in the Australian game last time. We were seeing one of these kind of postseason friendlies, whatever you call that. So I think it's just a version of Spurs going for like a I don't know, just like a testimonial for Emerson. It's a little silly, but it's my best explanation. Hennessy, good to see you, sir. Really appreciate you always joining us and supporting the channel as well. Darren Kilbane, the one and only. We also have all the members that Rob Wallace gifted. Big up to you guys. Gabriel One's in the house too. Big up the IrishHotspur and the Happy Clapper. Excited to see Yank. Come on, you Spurs. That we are, Gabriel One. Really appreciate you. KPV, the one and only. Big up, everyone. How are you all doing? Hope all is well. Come on, you Spurs. I'm feeling confident that we can win a trophy this season. KPV as well as some others, Dave. as much as there's maybe a lot of anxiety around the transfer window, there are plenty of people that are just getting that sneaky good feeling about the season. And I hope that the Spurs can deliver that for them, because you like to see people like KPV confident ahead of the season.
No, 100%. And I do get the air of optimism. I do think there's genuinely something amazing or something special brewing. But it's about how do you bring that from the infant stage all the way through to winning a trophy. It's not an easy process, and I would err the side of caution. Ange Postecoglou is a fantastic football coach. Fantastic manager. When the way he's come in, he's got players from previous regime to adapt to his system straight away, senior players. All the youngsters have come through and adapt to his system straight away. All the new signings come in, adapt to his system and look good straight away. And all the coaches in the back end with the turmoil and turnover have come in and still been able to implement that, in the training straight away. So that shows they put good hard work on the training pitch, which overall shows Postecoglou, his style of football, it's very easy to grasp and stuff like that, but also shows his management, how he can convey his messages across and get guys to do what he wants. Absolutely fantastic. However, that'll only take us so far. He has to have the right options, and I still think he needs a couple of signings. He needs the help from the board to take this on a bit further, so hopefully that comes. If not, we're looking at more of a domestic cup, we'd have to prioritise it and maybe sack off the league to a certain degree, but no fan wants to do that. So if we want to compete on all four, we need more signings to help Ange Postecoglou, because he's fantastic.
I love that, Dave. Sean Brown, big up to you, sir. And he's also saying that he likes the double mic headset combo. Well, sadly, it's not going to be in. It's not going to be available for that long, Sean. So enjoy it while it lasts. I am getting a new microphone, and it should be arriving tomorrow or maybe the day after. So I'm looking forward to being able to set that up. And I'm going to try to make an upgrade even on the mic department in that case. But I am thinking, like, whenever, this OBS watch-along thing has to go on the road, I am thinking about cracking out the double mic headset. It has been a fun combo to be using, so I'm glad that at least someone has been enjoying it. Good to see, though, as well. Danny Darko, the one and only. Oi, oi, coys. Big up Dave and Jack and all in the chat. I'm going for a 3-1 Spurs. Not a bad prediction, I'd say, Danny Darko. And what's funny is that, yes, Spurs, like Dave has said, have been tad open in the back, you could say, from some of these teams. It has been fun to watch, the likes of Man United and Chelsea and teams like that getting absolutely swamped by other teams, in their preseason friendlies. And they are also looking pretty open at the back, if I will say so. Daryl Spur, hello from Brussels, boys. Always great to be part of your watch-alongs. I had it out with a Gooner and a Liverpool mate yesterday. They don't know what's coming with our young brigade. I mean, Daryl, they can't really put their heads around it, because I don't think they've ever had such a brilliant academy, such a brilliant young list of core players to be coming through the team, and also to be given these opportunities like this. And I can understand why they're not ready for it. In fact, they're probably just a little bit jealous, you think, as well, Daryl. Maybe that's also part of it. Maybe that's why they were kind of just you weren't getting through to them. It's just pure jealousy. Wayne Bonner saying, looks like Gray could be starting as a DM. Wish I was watching this game. Well, Wayne Bonner, will do our best to try to, give you all the commentary on Archie Gray that you could need, as if you were at the game or as if you were watching the game. Big up to Slim Boy Tubbs. Big up to Paul G. Paul123. Paul Army is clearly in the house. Leslie Crawford. Royale and Davies are starting, as they are only fit center backs Ange has to choose from. Dragishin not up to speed yet, and Phillips was sore after a training session yesterday. Leslie Crawford, it's like she's become our own herd around the grounds, when on any of the information. Very official from her. Big up to you, Leslie. Brett Loft is in here too. Hi, guys. Levy at his old tricks again, sitting on his wallet, and we are going to end up short in the squad yet again. I think that's where a lot of people's fears and anxieties rest right now. Brett, you wouldn't be alone in that. Stephen Wilson, good to see you. No VDV or Romero yet. I think they're really just being preserved as best they can, because they are our best center backs, and they are going to be the center backs that are going to be used most often. So I think it's now the opportunity for others really to be given their chance, Stephen Wilson. But it would be nice to get early glimpses of those two fine center backs now, wouldn't it? And MV Joker Davis saying, I'm bored again. What happened, Edward? Is it maybe just the fact that it's a prime time kickoff for you? I mean, you must be kind of don't know what to do with yourself, right? The fact that it's such a late kickoff, in the evening, you get to have the sodas or the beers beforehand, get to have a nice meal, just get to enjoy the life of an English football fan, really. I mean, us Americans, we don't even get to have the 8 p.m., 9 p.m. kickoffs for games. We get something tad bit better than what you guys get, for sure. And I wonder with Edward, doesn't even know what to do with himself at such a prime time kickoff.
No, I don't think he does, Jacko, to be brutally honest. That's why he's bored and he wants to, send in donations. Really appreciate it, Eddie. It really does help, my man. So thank you very much. And hopefully this game will, unbore you and hopefully provide a bit of excitement for us, on this Wednesday midday. So let's wait and see. The last game, I think, between two teams produced 9 goals. Tottenham came out 6-3. So hopefully there's goals in this one again today. Some exciting football on display, my man.
And I think also too that in the case of Edward, he was definitely having some trophy talk yesterday with me. He seemed pretty excited about the season. It just feels like, the maybe the divide over the transfer window shouldn't really happen yet. He was just saying we have to wait a little bit longer. And Edward is quite confident that a striker will come through the door at some point. So Edward, I'd like to see that happen. And thanks for joining us, sir. And really appreciate your support for this channel. Thanks for coming on to the fan show and just being very good to us. Thank you, Edward. Belgian Hotspurs in the house, the one and only. Big up to the Belgian. Big up, Dave and Jacko. Appreciate you, sir. Thanks for always supporting us as well. And just going to make my way through the chat here. Fat Tony. Big up to you, Fat Tony. He's saying he's getting up at I think 4 a.m. for this watch along, as am I, Fat Tony. I think you're in the Pacific Northwest as me, like me, and he's saying he also has work at 7 a.m. He's saying we never sleep. That's the motto of Tottenham Hotspur, especially for some of the Australians and for some of the people on the other side of the world that watch these games. They definitely are in the we never sleep. Daniel Levy shaking hands with the team as well as with the K-League All-Stars. Maybe getting an early handshake with Youngman Hook, Dave.
Yeah, look, it's definitely, formality comes with the transfer, get out there, look good, in front of the Korean fans and stuff like that. Definitely going to anger a lot of people, but look, I'm not surprised, Look, I actually think the big plan was actually to announce Hyuk today at half-time. I think Gang Won, the president CEO, was going to come out at half-time and announce that Hyuk had made the move to Tottenham, but of course, people like me and you, Jack, who spoiled the party and let it slip nice and early, even before Fabrizio Romano, which meant they had to bring forward the announcement. So, I think that's why you're still seeing Daniel Levy on the pitch, because I think that was part of the plan, and obviously it backfired, but he's still there for that reason, I think.
I think it's a bit of a Gianni Infantino role kind of that Daniel Levy's going for, where it's just required, kind of airtime and required camera time that he's put in for himself here, and he just wants to be part of the festivities of this signing. He feels like he's got to shake the hand of the guy that he's brought over from the K-League, the new starlet. And what's also funny is I think Fat Tony
is playing right wing, sorry, Jack, for the K-League 11.
Oh, thank God it's at least not right back, because I would have felt bad for him, because Fat Tony was saying, I feel bad for the kid. He's going to have to come up against Sonny at right back on the left. And it almost feels like by design then in that case. Spurs fan 1982, loving the stream, listening while working. Come on, you Spurs, loving that midfield. Appreciate you, and we'll do our best to try to give you the best commentary that we can, to help you not feel that kind of uninformed or, that kind of out of the loop when it comes to the game or anything like that. We'll certainly try our best here. We also have as well, just making sure I'm not missing anybody before we get kicked off, about a minute or so away. We have Lazy 8 in the house joining us just now. Big up to you, Lazy 8. J Mac is in here. Good to see you, J Mac. Gon's Football and Things. Rom V. Barry, good to see so many of you, but we are about to get kicked off. I'm going to refresh the game stream on Spurs Play as well. Hopefully no Spurs Play howlers. That would be nice.
They already having a howler, Jack. They have Kulusevski out on left wing, so if that's not the case, then the in-house media team, it's clear that Ange isn't communicating with them or doesn't want to give them any information because if Kulu starts up front, I don't understand how they've got that one wrong.
No, it's I think Kulusevski has to keep playing through the middle. I would be very disappointed if they didn't give him that chance again to shine. Because what's been funny about Kulusevski playing down the middle is he's been so good at the link-up play. That's really been his thing. Not as much, on the goals or anything like that yet, but it's been more just the link-up play and everything that I think he's been exceptional. He must have 3 or 4 assists so far this preseason, and he likely could have had more if it weren't maybe for some missed opportunities and missed, finishing by some of our forwards. I think Kulusevski's actually had a fine preseason.
I think he's been absolutely brilliant, Jack. I was saying with you on the members preview that, I think it's, despite what many people question his quality, I actually think it's, a reflection of how good he is, that he's played on the right wing, was phenomenal under Conte. He's played at Cam pre-season, he's looked good. He's played up front for Tottenham at times and he's looked good. I think that we're just trying to, find his best position. I think it's a bit harsh putting him in goals for that penalty, but,
Yes, asking both of these guys to finish is commendable. Really, I actually commend both of these guys.
I got the shot off. Nice, nice. But yeah,
And a great
I
save.
just I think Kulusevski has been good, Jack, and I hope he can continue on that form. I do think long term, I think Postecoglou probably sees Kulusevski centrally in this team. If he does start left wing today, it'd be interesting. Left wing on the left hand side, will Kulu get back to being his best in this San system? If he does that, let's wait and see. But I think Kulusevski has maybe answered a few questions. It's just about now him trying to nail down a starting position in that lineup, Jack.
Yeah, for sure. And he just needs to find his best position as quickly as possible so that Ange Postecoglou can then see what's his best position, and then we can see the best of Kulusevski, what everybody would want. Crimson, we're trying to watch it on Spurs Play. I did see something about maybe it could be on CBS over here in the USA. I'm not sure if it's going to be on Paramount Plus, which is kind of the streaming network, but it could actually be live on CBS, or saw there was something about Apple TV as well. So I just gave you maybe 3 different options. Not sure if any of those are really available to you, but about to get kicked off here by the looks of things.
Come on, Spurs. In the lovely wallpaper kit. Let's go.
No Michael Oliver as well, which is a huge relief. That's something we can enjoy while we're doing the preseason, is that the referees actually will be better than what we'll get during the regular season in some cases.
Oh, hopefully he's better, lad. I didn't even think the referee in the last game was a bit unfair. I let a lot of challenges go on Tottenham players, but then gave it the other way. Hopefully this referee's fair. But look, I'm excited. This was a good watch 2 years ago underneath Antonio Conte. The K-League 11 were a lot better than what maybe I or maybe other fans originally thought, they would be. So I think, we'll be in for a good test here today. Let's see how some of these youngsters handle this occasion. Come on, Spurs, let's go. Let's continue on the good vibes. Let's continue this winning streak all the way into the season. Let's bloody go. Come on, I'm pumped.
There's Sonny with the fresh hairline. I mean, Spurs are trying to throw me off here with getting in sync. They're going to try to, pull away at some point. There he is, Youngman Hook.
Come on, Hook.
Looking good.
Come on, Hooky. Let's go.
The K-League All-Star kid is, I wish it was a bit more interesting. I wish it was a bit more interesting, to be honest. I think they missed a trick there. Jeez, I mean, how long are we taking here on this kickoff? There we go. See, I knew they were going to try to throw me off with a stutter or something like that. Sonny already with a ridiculous touch.
Sonny is on the left. So the in-house media need to get me and you involved in there, Jack, because that's shocking. Even we could tell that, and we're not even have no connection to Tottenham Hotspur. That's shocking from Spurs play. They've misled everyone. So sorry, guys, I'll put that right. Kulusevski is through the middle, and Son's on the left. He picks it back up here again. He's got Donnelly.
Oh, what a ball.
Donnelly gets it across. It's blocked. Cut out.
Bright start from Sonny in front of the home crowd. He's not nervous at all.
From Sonny.
He's not nervous at all playing in front of the home crowd.
No.
What a ridiculous first touch to begin with. I mean, he went for like a true Cristiano Ronaldo, like off of the shoulder. It's ridiculous there.
He's lively. He's up for it, that's for sure. Tottenham with the corner kick. It's that Hugh Mark and Johnson, I think.
Oh, dangerous. Emerson Royale doing some defending, though, in front of the opposition net instead of in front of his own.
I think it was a Sarr and Emerson. I think Sarr got across, flicked it across goals, and then I don't think Emerson knew too much about it. He's just flying at his face.
Tyler, Big T. He's saying, I'm awake somehow. It's 7:04 for you, Tyler. I mean, you must get up sometimes that early for a tennis match or something like that. Youngman Hook here, Dave.
I got sleep last night, I think. K-League 11 in possession. Tottenham trying to get pressure on. K-League have gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now Bergval's trying to get the pressure on here. Bergval forces them to go along. Jamie Donnelly gets up behind, dislodges the ball. Well done, Bergval again. Onto Sonny.
Gets dispossessed there. Donnelly having a track
back
here.
He does. That's brilliant. He's up against Hook, actually. Fair play, Donnelly. This will be an interesting battle.
They have the numbers wrong for Hook because he's supposed to be, unless I'm wrong, he was supposed to be number 47, but maybe he isn't actually. He could be actually number 7 by the looks of things.
Maybe I'm wrong.
No, that looks like Hook to me, Dave.
Spurs play said he was playing on the right-hand side. Maybe I'm wrong.
He should be. No, he should be playing on the right side.
And they did get Kulu and Son wrong, so...
Emerson Royale trying to step up really high there to win the ball.
Yeah.
K-League All-Stars going down the right. Going in behind.
Go on. Ben Davies. Back to your goalkeeper. Don't be a twerp. Oh, well done. That's a free, Lino. Thank you. We'll have that. People saying how to watch it live. Spurs play, unfortunately, guys. Or Tyler says it's CBS Sports. If you want to watch the game, guys. Ben Davies on the ball. Wins a free kick.
Ben Davies just getting hacked to pieces so far in possession.
Do you know what it is? They're just putting the pressure on him because they know he's a weak link. That's some hairstyle. Imagine me rocking that.
Into
Emerson
Gray.
into Gray. Ooh, suicide pass into Porro there. Donnelly picks it up onto Bergvall. Bergvall, just give it to Son and he can play it to Donnelly. Bergvall. Oh, lucky.
Must be very humid by the looks of things because the Spurs players, in some cases, they already look pretty sweaty by the first few minutes of this game.
But I'd say it's roasting out there. It's supposed to be very humid.
Yeah, it says he's supposed to be number 47, Tyler, for Youngman Hook, but I don't see a number 47 on the pitch unless he's out on the left side. And like Dave said, Spurs play have gotten it wrong here.
Let's wait and see. Maybe he is out on the left. Maybe Spurs play have got it wrong. They did get Kulu and Son mixed up. Sonny getting the pressure on the fullback. Go on, Son. Go on, Sonaldo.
Win that, Kulu.
Kulu started
Good pressure, though. They couldn't complete the pass, and Spurs are going to have possession here. High up the pitch, down the left side. Down Sonny's side here.
Ribsy says Davies getting smashed. We might have to start calling him Bam Bam.
He's being bam-bammed. Emerson Royale. Back to the goalkeeper, Vicario.
It's only fair we give Vicario a touch. Can't leave him there all day without touching the ball.
Bergvall.
Well
Nicely
done.
cushioned pass into Davies. Great pass from Davies into Donnelly. And good touch from Donnelly there. Oh, no, given away. Gray. Is that by Gray? He's not had the best of starts. He's had two maybe poor passing from the number 6 position.
It's all right. Papamatosaurus Rex has it covered.
There it is. I think Youngman Hook is correct. Yeah, 47, but he's playing on the left side. I think everyone has had this K-League All-Star lineup entirely wrong. From Google to Spurs play. You wonder, who's in charge of the lineups for today because they've just had an absolute howler.
I can accept Google. How are Spurs play getting it wrong when they're the ones that organised this?
Yeah, and they're the one who bought the player for, in
Surely
the first place. So you think that's the one? You think that's the one thing they would want to get right is, to have Spurs fans be able to tell, where he's playing, what number he is. But I guess they've just, let us figure it out ourselves.
But what I don't get, it's impossible to get wrong. You've got Daniel Levy out there, you've got Johan Lang, you've got Donna Cullen. I mean, surely one of them are over it. Fucking hell. What are they there for? There's nothing else to do. They're not bringing in transfers.
You wonder if Daniel Levy and maybe even shook the wrong hand of the player that he thought he bought or something at this point. He's working off such bad information. I like Ange Postecoglou's top, though. I like the collared top with the different color sleeves, And like I said, I think Ange Postecoglou's lost a lot of weight over the summer by what I could tell. So he's been stressed out, about the transfer window. He's been working hard, you could tell, Ange Postecoglou. Here he is, Sonny.
Ash says they never see my hair. Look, call back Saturday. I'll show you when I have it cut. I'm not showing it right now. It needs a haircut. Bergvall. Good ball into who's that? Well done in the end there.
Could be Porro, I think. He does well.
Yeah, well done by Pedrito.
Emerson Royale plays it to Kulusevski, and it's a lovely dip of the shoulder and turn there by Kulusevski. Bergvall, woo! Silky skill. Plays it down the line, and it's clipped up by Johnson. Ooh, it's a good cross by Johnson, actually.
It's not bad. I don't know how he got that one across. Fair play to him.
God, we've seen him waste much easier once than that. Bright start from Johnson. Bright start from Kulusevski. Lovely dip of the shoulder there. Like I said, Dave, it must be quite humid there because Bergvall's hair is not flowing the way it used to so early in the game.
Also, let's remember, these guys are in the midst of a season. They're fully fit. It's K-League 11. We're not. So it's just we are going to be caught at some points here. Oh, well done. Oh, Kulu.
And like I said to you in the preview to the members, in some cases in these preseason games, the players actually have done a full training session the day of the game, and then they end up playing another match like right afterwards. You sort of treat it like it's maybe a very yank term, but you sort of treat it like a scrimmage or kind of like a behind closed doors type of a full
Yeah.
11 game, and it's one of those type of situations where you actually are already tired from the training and from the practice, but then
Mm.
you end up having to play a full game afterwards, right, to actually
Oh, well done.
replicate what you've done on the pitch or also just keep the fitness levels improving.
Yeah. And there's no days off over preseason. I can bloody
Literally
tell you
none.
that. Not like they get during the season. No days off.
Emerson. Well, Dave, they go out to Ibiza. They go across the world to have, a nice time, up their seasons off, maybe a few pina coladas, a few extra Cokes, and uh,
Do
ice creams, that type of thing. You got to work it off. Pedro
you know what?
Porro, absolute
Oh,
animal
well
here.
done.
And he's gone for the
Oh,
shot!
I think he's gone. I think he was trying to switch that to Sonny. Unlucky, but it just went unlucky. Good idea. I do hope that Ange Postecoglou, I think he is this sort of character. He'll let them all have one big rip roaring session before they leave Korea. To build that team camaraderie and stuff like that.
Pedro Porro,
Star.
the Jenga champion,
Oh, I
played,
love a bit of Pedro Porro. I love him.
was playing Pop
Do you know what I
Matasar
love?
in the diary room and in a bit of Jenga, and Pedro Porro was very, very skilled in the Jenga.
What I loved under Conte was, you had certain players out moaning to the press about things going on at Tottenham. So you're like, oh, let's see what Pedro Porro's doing. He's got a medicine ball, bouncing it off the wall outside, getting fitter and stronger. I loved it. Davies. Come on, Benjamin. Good ball.
Oh, lovely
Put it
ball from
behind.
Sonny.
Come on,
Get there,
Donnelly.
Davies. Or Donnelly, sorry.
Oh,
Maybe just a tad heavy for Donnelly, but
yeah, just didn't have the pace to get there.
he's got to work on the burners. He's got to get out on the track.
Give
So-
him, give him Werner's pace. Oh, here we
Oh,
go. Good one,
Kulu!
Oh, puts it across the corridor.
nearly.
Sorry, it's blocked. It's cleared.
Dangerous. Really well worked by Spurs there, the short corner. Sonny, good pressure here.
Don't
Little
let him win
trickster.
anything off you.
Trying to impress
Ah,
Sonny,
go
but he
on.
gives it away. Kulu
Oh,
still.
go on, go on, go on. Oh,
Good
look, that's
strength from
corner.
Kulu.
We'll have that. Thanks, ref.
Excellent strength from Kulu.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a corner. Good work by him.
Good strength.
A little too tricky by the winger there, giving possession away in his own half. Good pressure by Sonny.
Love that by Sonny. Just takes his
Disciplined.
time, waits, doesn't give away a foul. How many times have we seen Spurs players give away free kicks in that situation? And it's, it grinds your gears. Well done, Sonny. It's another corner in. It's gone for the near post. We keep trying these near post corners. Ah, Bergwijn, well done. Gray. Ooh, not bad
Nearly a
effort.
dangerous ball to Porro. And look at where
Go on,
Porro
Patrice.
is playing.
Oh,
Porro's
great
just
picture,
all
Porro.
over the pitch. He's just like
yeah.
just does what he wants.
Donnelly.
Jamie Donnelly, time and space there. Sonny,
Onto
oh,
Sonny.
lovely
Back
pass
to
into
Donnelly.
Donnelly. Sonny,
Sonny.
great ball
Oh,
from
the
Sonny.
screw
Oh,
back.
Porro!
Why is he ballooned at him?
Yeah, I was just going to say it's the right idea, but he's just fired it into Sonny unnecessarily.
The
Porro,
combination of Son and Donnelly looks threatening today.
say Archie Gray,
Here we
though,
go,
has not
though.
been the best. He's given it away kind of again by playing it into Porro. Porro then ended up getting dispossessed. Youngman Hook playing it down the wing. Emerson Royale. Good defending
Well
from
done,
Emerson.
Royale.
Excellent defending from Emerson.
Good defending.
Got a little...
Good play there by Hugh. He looks sharp there, Jack.
Yeah, I
He
was going to
looks-
say the pace was
Wait.
coming through here. Look at this. He's sprinting down the wing. He picks it up off of his striker, dribbling at Royale, plays it perfectly down the wing to his striker, and that's just good defending from Emerson.
Bright from Hugh there, everybody.
He is playing on the left, if you are curious, everyone. He's number 47, playing left wing, and what appears to be a version of a 4-4-2 for this K-League All-Star team. A great ball in behind for Sonny.
Sonny.
Oh, Sonny,
back here,
brilliant,
brace
cut
him,
it side to Sar!
Oh, he didn't get any connection on it whatsoever. It's just
Oh,
dribbled
excellent
wide.
move by Sonny. Excellent feet there. I'd say Sonny's looked very, very
He
sharp.
looks up for it today. He wants to score and perform today.
What a
That's a great
touch.
touch. Great move. Cut inside. That's
He's
fantastic.
occupied three
It's a right
defenders
option
there.
as well. Sar just needs to show composure.
He's
Two
ta-
left feet there.
He's taken three defenders' attention there, Sonny, with that first touch and by just taking it into the box there.
He's absolutely marked that back line there, Sonny has. He's destroyed it. Kaylee trying to play out. That's poor from Yuck. Straight to Archie Gray.
Archie Gray going for a more conservative pass this time. Whoever played that pass in behind to Sonny, too. I mean, what a ball.
Yeah.
Wish I actually picked that up, who played that pass. Emerson.
Look at Bergvall. Just give it to him. Please don't take 10 or 20 minutes. You're fucking off anyway. Just pass it first time.
Archie Gray. Archie Gray and Pedro Porro not combining very well.
Oh, well done.
Archie Gray, though.
Gets
Good
the
ball.
across. Oh,
Deflected away into the
back
keeper's
pass.
arms.
No back pass.
Archie Gray, you
Archie
could tell
Gray
also
is
he looks tired. He looks tired like I say, they're only 12 minutes in, but I think they must have had by the looks of their faces, they must have had some intense training session before this game of some kind.
Yeah.
Because they all look dead tired before the game has even started. Not by their body language or anything, just by their faces. They look drained, some of these guys. Bergvall.
But I like that. Can players still perform and keep their head under that sort of tiredness?
Correct.
I like it.
Sonny
good ball
into
into Donnelly.
Donnelly. Just fire.
Donnelly.
Oh, but he wins it back.
Good
Top of the
ball.
box. Pedro!
Oh,
Johnson! Oh, what a
how have we
save!
not scored? How have one of them not scored? Oh, my Lord.
Not bad shots.
Great pass
Just
by Donnelly.
great pass by
He's had a
Donnelly.
great opening few minutes along with Sonny, actually. Donnelly has.
Completely agree. That left side has just been ridiculous thus far.
It's saucing. Should be illegal.
Big up
How have we not
Iceman.
scored there, Jack? 2 bites at the cherry.
Big up Iceman. Big
How's
up Paul
Johnson not
Connor.
scored? It's straight at the goalkeeper.
Both of the shots.
And Porro.
Both of the shots right at the goalkeeper. Kind of the same exact shot taken by both of them. Emerson Royale wins it high up the pitch, but no one there to recover it. They kind of took the same exact shot, Porro and Johnson.
Yeah.
Both went for power, but direction wasn't there.
One of them. I'm disappointed in Porro. He usually buries them. Gray.
Again. This
Pappy.
Pop.
That's suicide by Gray, though. That's
Yeah,
absolute suicide by Gray.
I'm not liking the passing from Archie Gray in this match.
No, he's been a bit temperamental so far in the first 15 minutes. Some good ones and then some piss poor ones.
K-League 11 now kind of finally deep in our half. I think this is Youngman Hook.
On the overlap to the fullback. He's going to get it in. Get your men. Good block. Who's that? Johnson. No, is that Johnson or Porro? Johnson, I think. Good defensive work.
Johnson tracking back here.
K-League trying to keep the ball now. Gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. Come on, Kulu. Get the pressure on. Make him go long. Bergvall showing some intense energy in the pressing here. Nearly gets his reward. Unlucky.
How's everyone feeling about the match so far in the performance? Let us know. And also at any point, guys, if you did want to stop us, if there's something that you're noticing, something that you're seeing, you are welcome to throw it in the chat. We can try to stop and give our commentary on it. And
I'd like to see our midfield get a bit more grip of this game in terms of in possession and out of possession, but also the right hand side needs to start picking up a little bit with Porro and Johnson. It's all been about this left hand side the opening 15 minutes with Donnelly and Sonny. Absolutely lively start from both. Tottenham trying to get the pressure on K-League here though. It's good out ball. Very good play by K-League 11 here.
Building down our right side here, the K-League 11. They did, like Dave said, very well to build out from the back there. Take some pressure off of themselves. They've gone into their midfield, but Spurs also clogging up the midfield for the K-League, making it hard for them to try to play through the lines. They're actually finding it easier to play down the wings.
Come on, get a bit more pressure on the ball here, Spurs.
Trying to win it back. Archie Gray putting pressure on the midfielder. They do well, though. And then they're in behind. Nearly.
Right.
And that would have been
Speedy
Youngman
Gonzalez
Hook in behind.
Davies gets there to snuff it out.
If anybody
Good
gets
idea,
played in
Davies.
behind, you'd want it to be Youngman Hook so we could see his finishing skills.
Yeah, true. If anyone's going to score against us today, hopefully it's him.
Archie Gray.
Ideally, though, I'd like to keep a clean sheet, give Vicario that confidence. Ben Davies plays it forward into Sonny. He's got Jamie Donnelly again there.
Great
He
ball
uses the
again.
kid. Great ball again.
Oh,
Great
Pedro!
ball.
Oh, two
Another
chances.
great ball by Donnelly. This seems to be a common theme. Or Porro it was. This seems to be a current theme from Son and Donnelly down in this left-hand side. The ball goes out wide to Sonny. Donnelly makes the underlapping run.
Great touch.
He's always free. Son's passes into Donnelly, I must say, have been all spot on, actually. And then Donnelly has been very unselfish in them positions because I know I would look to get on the ball, get turned and go and score a goal. A very good layoff to Porro, and Porro again fails to hit the target, Jack.
For those that aren't watching, the best play so far has come down this left side for Spurs, and it's come through Sonny, who's had an excellent job of just hugging that touchline, but it's actually more the passing of Sonny so far. We have mentioned he's had some good touches, but Sonny's passing has been excellent. And then also Jamie Donnelly so far has done an excellent job in his first touch and receiving the ball from these passes. It's been a really good combination by the two of them. And Pedro Porro, you'd argue, guys, should have maybe scored one of these. Or should have had maybe a better target, especially the second chance there. He absolutely should have gotten that on target, but he blazed it over the bar.
For sure. Danny Darko says, great commentary, lads. Really appreciate that. Tyler says, don't see Porro miss like that often. No, we don't see him miss like that often. Hopefully it's just preseason jitters. J Max says, possession-wise, Gray needs to improve in the 6 role. Yeah, absolutely agree with that. He needs to bring more on the ball for sure. Rooty Toot says, big up, lads. Latest I've seen is that we won't get a striker unless Richie leaves. And that's fake news. I hope it is too, Rooty Toot, because we're begging for a striker. Absolutely spot on. And big up, guys. Brett Longhead as well. We definitely need a striker. Shem Tam. Great to see all you guys still with us. 18 minutes in, still 0-0. Tottenham have had 2 or 3 chances to put, a couple of goals behind. Unfortunately, the best of them fallen to Porro, and he sort of hasn't really scored either of them, which usually you fancy him to. Good play by K-League again to get out. Looking to attack our left-hand side now. They're running at Donnelly, 2-on-1 on the overlap. He's gone with the ball on the outside. He goes to cross it. Is it overhit? He keeps it in well. Ben Davies clears it straight to a K-League player. Allows the shot! That one was close. And ladies and gentlemen, that's why Ben Davies cannot play.
Pot match
Spurs Francis Donnelly, keep going. Absolutely spot on, mate.
Bergvall, Sonny here again. Down this left side. Can you see Donnelly? Finds Bergvall.
Good ball.
Oh, Bergvall.
Look, Bright, just great step over. You had him beat. He just a heavy touch when he went to knock him by there. Unlucky from Bergvall. But I like this, Keep trying them things, That's what we want to see.
I'd say this. I mean, if this were a real game, I'd say you'd absolutely just keep feeding the ball to Sonny because he's been the bright spot so far. I mean, he's just been, and you'd think too that the K-League 11, they would try their very, very best to try to stop Sonny. You think that'd be the one player that they would want to try to impress and try to lock down. But Sonny's actually had the most space, probably had the brightest touches. He's looked sharp.
Well done, Sarr. Got them boxed in. Johnson, fuck me. You've done fuck all again. As soon as ball comes to you, you can't control it. Jesus Christ, I'm so pissed off with him. It's every game now. 20 minutes in, he's barely touched the ball. Done all the work there.
Emerson Royale, I was making sure that it was Emerson. Emerson was so high up the pitch there. He's higher than the striker trying to win the ball up.
Oh, it was great, the pressure in the corner. As soon as it goes to Johnson, then just gives it away. Come on, Johnson, make up for it now. Sarr, trying to get pressure on. Now Archie Gray. It's a good ball into the middle by K-League. Back to the centre-back. K-League knocking about here. Tottenham finding it hard to get pressure on. A sloppy pass there, though. Can Kulu get there? No, not quite.
What's funny is, I agree with Ribsy, is that it's really hard to actually tell the numbers of our own kits. Oh, he gets spun by Youngman Hook. Absolutely spins Emerson. And he plays him just slightly behind the winger. It was an excellent turn by Youngman Hook.
It was a great turn. He spun him.
Here's the tricky winger, though, number 7. He's got a lot of flair. He's got the short socks, but no end product. Kulu, well done. Bergvall.
Come on, get your head up. Someone.
Davies, back to the goalkeeper, Vicario. Vicario forced to go long. And he hits it out of play. Brilliant turn if anybody's curious about Youngman Hook there. Absolutely ruined Emerson.
Okay, says, how's Bergvall playing in this game? I think it's been hit and miss. I think he's been lively. He's shown a lot of energy. And he's been good up until the final third. But in that final third, I think that maybe that ball that he's shown in previous games has been missing so far.
It's a very good turn by the kid. And
it's a great turn.
He also does well to, we're also getting a glimpse of the strength as well, because Emerson tried to, a little Brazilian nudge, as you would call it, tried to basically trip him up, and he does well to stay on his feet. Davies, can he squeeze that through into Gray? No, he can't.
Oh my God, but he doesn't even
He's
try.
got options there, and he doesn't play them. Pedro Porro, though, was found in midfield, and he sprays it out wide to Brennan Johnson. Into Porro. Johnson. Pop Matasar. This is much faster by Spurs. It's quicker tempo. But they're forced to go backwards. Into Davies.
Forward. Well done.
Sonny.
Play him, Sonny. Choosing not to use the run.
Spurs maybe trying to, in a sense, calm the game down to a degree. Bergvall.
Good play by Bergvall. Porro. Doesn't want to use Johnson. Comes back inside.
Bergvall. Can he find a run? Pop Matasar can't get it out from under his feet. Emerson. Davies spreading the pitch. He's got to make that run. Well done, Davies. Can he see Bergvall? Finds Porro. It's a great ball from Porro.
Donnelly just can't get there.
Great ball from Ben Davies, to be fair. Actually.
Great fucking ball. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. Well done, Ben.
Clips it over the back line into Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro does a great job making a run beyond the K-League 11 defense.
Go on, Pappy. Well done. Come on. Who's that sound?
Oh, Youngman Hook is in behind here.
Yuck.
In behind. Oh! Misses the chance.
Oh.
Daniel Levy is grimacing.
He looks more lively than Brennan Johnson anyway. I can tell people that for a fact.
It's Youngman Hook. He looks devastated. He's missed the chance.
Score. He's in as well. Good touch. Sets it up nicely.
With his left foot. I'd mentioned that in the scout report. For an 18-year-old, this kid has confidence with both feet, actually. The fact that he even went with the left foot just blazes it over the bar. Might have even gotten a touch by Emerson. I'm not sure if the referee saw it, though. The fact that he takes...
Let us know what you make of Yuck in the comments so far. He's looked lively.
I said it in my scout report, Dave. I find it the fact that he takes so many left-footed shots... he's not scored with his left foot yet in his career, but the fact that he does shoot with his left foot is an indication that he's a bit different to maybe other wingers, like Sonny was, in that a lot of players these days, they always try to get, onto their right foot. Like, they're pretty obvious to read in some situations because they don't have a left foot, so they will eventually try to cut in onto that right foot. And Youngman Hook, by the looks of things, he's happy to do that step over, take it onto his left, and fire a shot with his left foot, and he shoots with power. He tries to at least really put his laces behind it, and I just think these are all kind of good, what you call it, habits, if you get the right word, for it. It's a good habit to try to start shooting with your left in those situations, and it's a good habit to try to shoot with power.
Look, I grew up in an era, Jack, where, I was actually taught from a very early age, you're not going to make, professional footballer unless you can use both feet. At least use your weak foot, competently to a degree. Obviously you're always going to pretend to use your right foot, but there are going to be times where people are going to show you onto your left foot. You have to be able to use it, and that's one thing I respect about Son, and that's one thing, and you did mention in the good scout report that, I already like about the winger, they get it, in order to have that point of difference and be at that level, you have to be competent on both feet, and I like that,
Yeah.
Davies, good ball out to Sonny. What can Sonny do? He's looking to drive out the fullback. Scores on the outside.
Sir! Surely they have to give Sonny a penalty.
Yes! Has he given it? No?
I'm not sure if he has.
That's a penalty all day long.
Surely Sonny can get the call in his own country.
I'm sorry, why are they showing a United crest on the advertising boards? That's pissed me off.
Surely he can get the call in his own country.
Oh my lord, that's a blatant penalty, ref. Surely you have to give it to him. People saying Ange went mad at them.
Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting. Oh, because during the water break.
You saying Ange said go man for man? Let me know if that's the truth. Big up.
During the water break, he must have, yeah.
And you know what? Rightly so, because they did switch off a bit out of possession. Well done, Kulu. Johnson, make something happen, please. Kulu.
Good to see you, Marlon Green. Hopefully you're keeping well, sir.
Big up, Marlon.
24Z, thank you for letting us know about the Ange rage.
Well done, Emerson. Good play. Good ball on to Johnson.
Johnson, the cross gets deflected, and it goes out for a throw and cleared away by the K-League defender.
Every time he touches the ball. Please, kid, I want to root for you. You just make it so hard for me.
Ben Davies. Sonny.
Sonny. Donnelly.
Donnelly.
Oh, wrong idea. I think he was expecting Kulu to be in the middle. Kulu was there for a 1-2 instead.
I think he forgot
Just
that
looks a bit
Will Lankshire's
disjointed
not on
going
the
forward.
pitch.
Just don't have that killer instinct up front right now. It's maybe killing us a little.
That's more of a ball for Will Lankshire than it is a ball for
Yeah.
Kulu.
If Will Lancashire was in the team, he would have been in there.
I think that's kind of the trademark pass by Jamie Donnelly, but usually Will Lankshire is often waiting for that at the back post. K-League 11 doing well, actually, to break down the Spurs press. Emerson defends it.
He's actually been all right at centre-back today, Emerson.
He's done kind of that sort of decent emergency defending thus far. But he did.
Come on, guys.
It was nice to see Youngman Hook take him on in one of those situations, just to get a glimpse of his one-on-one abilities, in which he did very well against Emerson. Goalkeeper for K-League, trying to build out from the back. Spurs, yeah, like you can really tell in the press, are a bit leggier than they have been in some of the other games.
Well done, win that. Well
done,
Padrito.
Poro. Johnson, good pass.
Star. On to Sonny. Come on,
Sonny. Good shot again, but it's just straight at the keeper. Kulu! He gets his goal. He gets the goal, Dave. He's the bright spark of the preseason.
My striker. Gimme a ginger from Sweden, number 21, and he plays up front. Gimme, come on, Kulu.
He's been the bright spot of this season, in this preseason, should I say. Assists, now he's got a goal. He's got great hold-up play. I think Kulusevski has been a bright spot. He's been a bright spot. It's been fun.
He's just phenomenal up front. Makes the right run. He gets that look because he made a good run to look for a rebound. Controlled, tidy. Good touch. Nice finish. The strength to hold it up there as well. Bosh. Boom. That's how we do it. Bing, bang, bosh. Golly, gosh. Come on, Kulu.
It's a great goal from the Kulusevski there. It's a good finish. It's a good shot from Sonny. Kind of similar to maybe the Poro and Brennan Johnson shots, though, where he gone for power, hit it kind of straight at the keeper. Then again, though, he did a bit better job of forcing the keeper to make a real save. Youngman Hook, here he is. Crayon! Oh, jeez!
Well done, Donnelly. And that's power play out from the back as well. I just want to stress on the Kulu goal. Many people are going to go, it's a tap in from 6 yards. It's not. Go back and look at it. When Son takes that shot, he makes a run from the right-hand side of the box across, looking for that rebound. So he actually got his reward. So fair play to him on that. It's not just as easy as being in the right place as people think. He took he brain working there, his legs working there to get into that spot. So fair play on Kulu. It's another long ball over the top here. And it's a non-accurate one. I'm sorry. I know it probably seems like I'm picking on the guy at this point. But he's done absolutely nothing out on the right-hand side. He's done nothing to contribute to this game so far.
Paul Connor saying it was nice to see nice to see a goal that didn't involve a low cross across the box. Yeah, no, it wasn't as much of a...
Oh, well done. Go! Who's that? Sonny wins the ball back. Tried to find, I think it was Bergvall sitting in the middle.
Donnelly, well done.
Just blocked. Donnelly's been absolutely sensational.
Sorry, he's definitely going up for a hit. You could tell the moment he was lining up, he was going for the shot.
To be fair, I probably would have hit that first time.
I think he wanted to. He's kind of held against it, though.
Davies, good ball out to Son. Son's held the whip very well in this half. He's got Bergvall and Donnelly looking to make runs for him. Gives it off to Bergvall. Bergvall into Davies. Cross to Emergo. Back to Davies. Who can he find now? He's looking to run forward.
Marauding
Gives
forward.
Gives it out to Sonaldo.
Well done,
Back to Davies.
Well done by Davies. I must say, Emerson and Davies have, for low expectations, which we will have, they have actually not been as big a liabilities as you would probably expect. Davies has had some nice passing out from the back. Emerson has had some okay, emergency defending thus far. And he's actually done a good job of when nobody's been pressing. Emerson has kind of been the one to step forward to try to win the ball up, high up the pitch here. Pedro Poro.
Back to Poro. Poro shoots.
Jeez.
Oh, keeper spills it.
Pedro Poro is he trying to improve the stats or something? Because he's just firing away on these shots. He's trying to reach
at least he's getting that on target now. We're making small progress. The next one should at least hit the post or something.
Maybe he's trying to help the K-League bookies or something like that. He's trying to get shots on target here.
Yeah. Can I just give Donnelly a quick mention as well about that piece of defending? Great cut out of the pass, and then also to show the composure play out from the back. Brilliant. It's another.
Oh, Emerson!
Oh, Emerson goes for the overhead. It's just cut out. You could see him. He teed it up on the chest. He went for it. Korean player done brave there, putting his head where the boots are flying. Fair play.
Oh, the hairline is fresh. Hilarious. Hairline is fresh from Emerson as well. Pedro Porro.
Pedrito.
Gone for these short corner kick routines.
Donnelly on to Bergvall. Oh, it doesn't connect with it whatsoever.
Archie Gray, though, there to recover.
Good ball.
Kulusevski. Not a great cross.
Not very convincingly cleared.
Donnelly, well done. Great. Hit it back to him.
Look,
get it to Donnelly. Oh, nearly.
Unlucky. It's better from Tottenham.
Emerson.
Well done, Emerson.
What a win. What a challenge.
Sonny, you've got you.
Sonny! Still Sonny! Still Sonny!
He's beating the ball.
Oh! How? How?
How has someone not got on the end of that?
I'm confused.
He's beat about 10 players there.
Was it a scuffed shot or was it a cross? It was hard to tell.
I think it was a scuffed shot, but it still went right across the box for someone to be alert to tap in.
You're right, though, Dave. He practically took it past the entire K-League team there. It's all like they couldn't tackle him. It's all like they weren't allowed to tackle him.
It's like they don't want to. They don't want to injure him, Jack.
That or they don't want to be the guy that gives away a penalty.
They respect them so much.
They don't want to be the guy that gives away a penalty to Sonny, I guess. You know, Archie Gray. Out wide to Kulusevski, who's playing down on the right. Very fluid from Spurs. Kulusevski still taking it into midfield. Pop Matasar. Lovely first time by Sonny. Kulusevski couldn't find him, though. Sonny, though, is taking good position top of the penalty area. Good play from Spurs. It's lovely. Oh, no, it's off the bar. Bergvall.
What a strike.
Excellent. Kulusevski, what a cross.
What a strike from Bergvall. That is unbelievable.
Oh, Bergvall nearly with his first goal for the club.
Oh, unlucky. People saying so close. Spot on, Ribsy. So close, my man.
It's off the bar.
Lynchy says, how many has Kulu got? He scored the one goal, my man. Good goal by him as well. When the Spurs go marching in so close for Bergvall. Wow, unlucky. Spot on, my man.
Donnelly.
He says hitting the bar. So unlucky.
All of a sudden, the first 10 minutes, not too much was happening. And now it feels like these past 20 minutes, Spurs have just been creating chances galore.
Ever since the water bottle breaks, Ange must have bollocked them.
Oh, Johnson!
He was offside anyway, but how's he not scored?
Looks like he might have even pulled something or he's holding something after. Never mind. Maybe he's...
No, you were right. He did look like he was holding something there. He's walking a bit gingerly. He's way offside. Still can't score. Oh, my Lord.
It's a brilliant ball by Bergvall. And also earlier, Dave, for Bergvall's shot, a brilliant cross by Kulusevski.
Great cross.
He hit it really low across the floor, practically on the carpet. And it just never even took a bobble or anything. And Bergvall just kind of took a big swing at it. And you could say maybe if he was just a bit more composed there, he didn't maybe need to hit it as hard as he did. But it's a great cross by Kulusevski, who's had
a good ball. Can Poppy get that? Oh, unlucky.
Kulusevski, again, having a bright start. I'd say Sonny and Donnelly so far, maybe some of the better players as well in this team going forward. Bergvall, what a win by Bergvall high up the pitch. Can they take advantage? Sonny,
come on.
Well, Sonny, it's like
you just got to give it to him.
It's like he had a brain fart there, Sonny.
I have to say, Bergvall, Gray, and Sarr getting into the game a lot more.
Yeah, now they are.
Who's rollicked them as well. That's just poor from Son. He's been on a great half. He's just got to feed Kulu there. Yuck.
It's like he had a malfunction there, Sonny.
Get out, close it down.
Oh, what a hit. Very good hit.
He's standing off players like that.
That was a very good hit by the Korean player.
Tony Buttigieg says, considering these opponents, I'm not impressed. Do you think the Premier League teams are going to give us all these open spaces? You'll know what I mean when the Premier League starts. No, 100%. Look, they're not going to give us these open spaces and stuff like that. And I do think we need to be better going forward for sure. I've just one thing I've always maintained. That's why I'm sitting here saying that we need signings in that regard, Tony, Believe me, I'm not naive to it. Look, I haven't been naive to it. In fact, I've been campaigning for it since 2 years ago.
Sonny, one-on-one.
Oh,
he's skinning alive. Skinning him alive. Sonny!
What a It's got by Ronaldo. What a bloody goal! Oh, he loves it in his own country as well. Look at him. Come on. Let's go.
Oh my lord. That is
He's
just
in my
disgusting. That
head.
is just
Sonny,
disgusting. That is just naughty from Sonny. Absolutely naughty. He's absolutely
Great finish.
buried
What-
that. He's just skinning alive the fullback there, and then he just fires one in front of the home crowd. He has not looked nervous in front of his home
No.
country at all. In fact, he's just been skinning these boys alive.
He's embraced it, Jack. He's been sort of like, look at that. Dummies one, beats one, top corner,
Oh.
kick it out. Keeper has no chance. That is absolutely sensational. Poor fullback. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going.
Oh, it's just
Oh,
ridiculous
he's
from
dizzy.
Sonny. It's gorgeous.
He's going to have to get the smelling salts out for that fullback. He's dizzy after that. Great finish by Son. That's quality. Even Ben Davies can just applaud. Well done. Take a bow. We love you too, Sonny. We love
That's
you.
just disgusting, boys. Absolutely disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, Sonny, Sun Hung Min, take a bow. Take a photo. Just ridiculous goal. Probably the goal of the preseason, I'll be honest. Youngman Hook, though, he wants his own.
24C says, Jack, my neighbour's going to think there's birds fighting in my house.
Yeah, I was making a pigeon noise.
People saying you just woke up their neighbours, Jack. They're not very happy.
Oh, no, I certainly did. Probably woke up the whole house,
We'll
really.
blame Son. We'll blame Son Aldo for waking up
It's the goal of the
neighbours, you know, we
preseason.
help it.
I can't. It's my excuse, everybody. That has to be the goal of the preseason. If we end up getting a better
Yeah.
goal than that, I'm not even sure what I'll do. It's absolutely absurd. It's an absurd goal.
Oh, it's unbelievable. But he's been threatening that all game long. And what I like about Son is he brings the variation. He keeps the player guessing. You know, if he keeps cutting in and shooting like that every single time, it becomes very readable. But the fact that he mixes it up, goes on the outside, plays others in and stuff, you know, it makes him very unreadable. So that when he does cut in again, and you know he's always looking for it, but because he doesn't do it all the time, you know, it's hard to stop. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, it was just
5 minutes left here in the first half.
That's just such a satisfying goal, everybody. I'm just so sorry. It's just so satisfying to see him just skin alive, you know, the fullback like that, and then just it's kind of vintage Sonny, to be honest. Just vintage, you know, cuts inside and then just buries it, you know, with the right curler as well, you know, just like how he likes it.
Sorry, Jack. Just give me 1 minute. I'll be back.
No problem. Just like how he likes it, though, everybody. He loves that curler, and we didn't get to see much of that last season. And he even made some comments about that, which I found interesting. So we're talking about kind of how it's sometimes a bit system dependent, you know, how where he picks the ball up in certain situations, you know, doesn't really afford him maybe all the chances to take on those shots. And it's just a ridiculous vintage-esque goal from Sonny. And it's been the left side all game this game. It's just the whole left side has just been the brightest spark. Donnelly, Sonny, to a degree, Bergvall warming up into this game have all been kind of the brighter players. I'd say it's actually more the right side that, again, really, just Johnson and Porro just don't seem to always be on the same wavelength, or you don't see them really in possession as much as you would like to, making impacts. But, I mean, you have to be satisfied with a goal like that, but you would want to see maybe the right side be a bit more involved. Sonny, though, here he is again, and it's a brilliant pass from Jamie Donnelly. It's a brilliant pass. Kulusevski, can he hold it up?
That was the neighbour at the door.
Kulusevski holding it up again, clips it. Donnelly gets a head onto it. Pamatasar, what a ball! Pedro Porro. Across the box! That was a great ball from Donnelly earlier, everyone. I know it's hard to tell, but he held it up so quickly and then immediately fired it out wide to Sonny. Him and Sonny are having like a Jed Spence, Mikey Moore type connection here.
Oh, well done, Bergvall. Good play.
Oh, good clip. That was Donnelly again, you know, going into midfield, trying to clip it. He's done excellently, Donnelly, coming into midfield. Oh, Youngman Hook, skimming Emerson. Jeez, that kid is good. Youngman Hook. He just needs to play that pass, execute it there, but he's done well by skinning past Emerson a couple of times now.
I think what we're seeing is there's a lot there to develop, you know. He's a good player.
And like I said, in the scout report, the big thing to look out for this kid is he does look to be a dribbler. He likes taking on the ball and taking on players. He's got a bit of flair to his game as well. But he definitely must have been jealous of that sunny finish.
Son. Someone's saying turn my video back on. It is back on. Just let me know, Jack, if you can still see me.
Yeah, I can still see you, Dave. I can still. Chunky's just, Chunky just misses your beautiful face, Dave. He got impatient.
Believe me, I don't think many people miss my face.
Youngman Hook. Just a little bit behind him. Here he is, though, taking players on. It's a little selfish from the guy.
He wanted to impress Ange. Come on, Johnson, just go. Don't wait on anybody.
I mean, take it forward, man. There you are. Donnelly. Kulu. This time it's Sonny. Down the left here. Oh, yes. Play that pass.
Take your time.
Donnelly! Oh! No one there.
Oh.
Donnelly's had an excellent first half, everyone.
I don't even know who to blame there. Do I blame Donnelly for putting it into a good area and no one being there and should he got his head up? Or do I blame Johnson for not being there?
Who has the camera? Is it the referee?
I don't know. It seems like someone's wearing a body cam, all right?
That's awesome to see. I wish I got a better glimpse of that, of the angle and everything. People
are saying Donnelly's first team quality. I'm telling you, he's absolutely quality. I've been saying this for a while. Corby 79. I've given up the Monster Energy. Actually, I have. Given it up, my man. I'm on quality H2O. I need to get another bottle out of the fridge shortly. But I'm trying to be a good boy. I'm trying to look after my health a little. So if anyone does see me with a Monster one day, which probably won't happen, but if you do, make sure you hold me to account. Help your guy, lose the weight.
Edward saying,
well done,
great touch from Archie Gray. He clips it just too much loft under that. He's got to hit that differently.
Twice he's tried that now and it hasn't worked.
He's got to hit that very differently. It's a very different technique that he needs to go for. MV Joker Davis, Edward saying, my dad is now blaming me for not reminding him about the game. Said you're being a bad kid, Eddie. Is it in the schedule though? Did you maybe do you guys have a little family calendar or something like that, Edward, around? Maybe it's in the family calendar.
Partly, I agree with it. Second of all, why aren't you and your dad watching the games together? That should be a crime. But lastly, I do think your old lad has to bear some responsibility, Eddie. He should, true Spurs fan, a real loyal Spurs fan, should know that the game was on today.
Some people are saying Johnson should have been there. I'd say it's on both of them. It's a bit of a blind cross by Donnelly, assuming that someone will be there. If he has that bit of extra time and composure, he could have maybe taken a quick look up. But then also, like in that situation, more times than not, there will be someone there because there should be someone there. It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Look, I think they're both a bit at fault. I think, look, Donnelly's the players are clearly told once you get to that byline, put it across 6-yard box, right? 100% they're being told that. It's clear. But if I'm Brendan Johnson, there's only one run to make, and that is towards the back post from a tap-in where Donnelly is with that ball. It's a bit of both, really. It's just poor.
Gabriel one saying the IrishHotspur's health is number one. I think.
Look, you guys, if you want to keep me alive and around for a lot longer, you're going to have to start keeping me to account, I need every single one of you behind me, help me lose weight and get healthy. By the way, for the Bayern Munich game on Saturday, I want everybody to bring their favourite snacks to the Watchalong.
Pretzels.
Let's see what people are eating and stuff like that. And lastly, guys, don't forget, members out there, Fan Show and Elite members, you have the opportunity to send in your fan cam after every single game this season. In terms of what you think on the performance and stuff like that. We'll put up general talking points if people are maybe stuck to know what to maybe talk about, but you guys are very good. You all know what you want to talk about anyway. And all you got to do is just send them to the email and me and Jack will make them look sexy and put them up. So, if you want to take part of that, make sure you do. We've only had one so far, Shawnee Maddox and Jim, the ones doing it. But we want more, so please, guys, get them in.
Yeah, Sean's been lonely here, everyone. You got to help him out.
Oh, this football.
Oh my lord, this is disgusting! It's disgusting again! Sunny again! And it's lovely play this time. It's more of a team goal. It's gorgeous.
Unbelievable.
It's lovely.
Sunny.
He's in my head. In my head. Sunny. It's lovely play. Kulusevski with another assist. More assists for Kulu. Is it a Meg by Sonny here? It is. Oh my lord. It's
It's
disgusting.
filthy.
It's
It doesn't
disgusting.
pick it out.
It's disgusting.
Oh, it's
It's
filthy.
filthy from Sonny.
I'm
This,
sorry, but if we don't buy a striker, Kulu has to play up front and Son off the left. It's too filthy, that link up.
and
It's too good.
I don't even know if it needs to be said anymore that Sonny is just disgusting on the left wing. He can he did a job for us last year at striker, but
Yeah,
this guy is meant to be on the wing. He is
yeah.
meant to look at him. He's
He
actually
looks
unfair. I think he should be taken off at halftime because it's
he
practically
looks so
unfair.
free out there right now. Off the wing, he just looks so free. There it is. It is half time. So, guys, please in the comment section, get in your questions, get in your talking points. And if you do enjoy the work, the enthusiasm, and the energy that myself and Jack bring, feel free to support the channel with either a channel membership or a super chat to make sure you stand out. But, Jacko, where are we going to go with this? I mean, Kulizeski, Son, Donnelly, where are we starting, my man?
I mean, it's because it's probably 4 in the morning now, close to 5 in the morning. We started at 3 in the morning here, Dave. I don't really know what to do. I think I'm just blown away by Sonny actually in this first half. It's kind of like everything that we've been asking for all of last season. We just wanted him to be out in that wing because we know that he can be so effective and he is our best forward. We need more forwards. We need to make signings this summer, but he is still right now our best forward and our best attacker. And seeing him out on that left wing just alive and fresh and kind of full of energy and enthusiasm, and he's just being fed the ball. Look how much service he's being given out on that left wing. He's just constantly being given the ball, and he's making things happen. People are making runs beyond him. Some of his passing, not even just the finishing today, and the dribbling from Sonny and the ball carrying, actually some of the passing he's been making, to Donnelly or to, Kulusevski, the link-up play. It's just been lovely to watch. It's actually been I wish we could just watch that left side, Dave, only. Maybe if they just took everybody else out of the game that's on the right side because it's been non-existent over there. I just think Sonny and Donnelly have just been a revelation down that left side. It's like watching Mikey Moore and Jed Spence, where it's a really interesting connection. You can see they have a lot of chemistry with each other because they know where each other are. They're making runs for each other. They have this understanding. And then Sonny today has just been unreal in the finishing department and just in general. His overall play has just been great. And I think, Dave, that moves me on, unless you have some wonderful things to say about Sonny. I'm sure we'll say plenty more wonderful things about him. But him and Donnelly, I think that's why Sonny's even playing so well, is also because of Donnelly, who's just been a really good sort of player for him to work off of. They've just been combining so well in this game.
I think the difference between maybe a Doji playing there and Donnelly playing there is Donnelly's a forward player, so he knows, give Son the space, make runs away from him, drag players away from him, get him in one-on-one situations.
Yeah.
And it's really helping Son out there with the space. Sometimes with Adoji, it almost felt like that Son and Adoji were almost running into each other at times, last season when Son did play off the left-hand side. But I think, look, Jamie, Son's been absolutely fantastic. From minute one all the way through to half-time, he has just lit this stadium up in front of his own fans. You couldn't have asked for a much better performance. He's been at the heart of everything going forward in that final third. He's been sensational today. Jamie Donnelly, I want to give a bit of credit at left back just quickly, Jack. I think he's been absolutely superb up and down the pitch. Going forward, he's been playing at left back, but he's still been able to show his attacking qualities, which is very rare for a young kid playing out of position. And I think he's done that with aplomb. So fair play to him. That's absolutely sensational from that kid. My biggest concern was defensively, but today and in other games, he's shown me little bits that he is tuned in defensively and knows what he's doing. Of course, when you're coming up against the Premier League, coming up against the best wingers in the world, going to be a different ball game altogether. But as it stands right now, I'd much rather see him, and although it's not ideal and the club should bring in another proper sort of left back, I would much rather see him get his opportunity there in future than someone like Ben Davies, because you can really see what he brings to the team. And I have a sneaky suspicion he's going to be kept around. I think he's only being played out of that position because Ange Postecoglou actually trusts the guy, realised how intelligent he is on the football pitch and how good he is. But that then brings me over to the right hand side. Porro and Johnson just cannot link up together. It was a huge problem last season, and it's also been a problem this pre-season. I don't want to keep getting on Johnson's back. He's still a young lad at the end of the day, and the more people get on his back, the more pressure it is, and the more it's going to make the situation worse, right? However, it's hard not to He has done absolutely nothing in that half. He hasn't brought anything to that game in the final third. Even there at time when he had the ball, he had about 40 yards to drive in space to. Just passed it back 5 yards inside. He hasn't even tried to make anything happen. And for me, I actually think it's to the point where he's maybe getting a bit too comfortable with his position. And I think, I want to see him drop for the Bayern Munich game and someone else to come in, because I'm sorry, it's a K-League All-Star 11, hasn't ripped it up, hasn't done it against Hearts, hasn't done it against QPR, and we can say it's all fitness-based, but at the end of the day, the guy's end product is not there. We've seen him with the ball at his feet trying to put some crosses in, largely being underwhelming. So that's maybe the one takeaway I would say is that right-hand side, you need to sort something out down there because it's just not working. Porro's always going to start, so you have to try someone else at right wing. It might actually even do Brennan Johnson good taking him out and maybe realise, maybe give him a bit of a rain check that he needs to be more focused, he needs to do more to affect the games. Actually might help the kid by taking him out personally. Midfield tree. Sorry, go on, Jack. Sorry.
No, I was just going to make a stupid joke. I was going to say it's crickets, on the right side, really, from Johnson. And to a degree, yeah, Porro's been involved, but I would say Porro's been more involved because he's been given that license to just roam around practically anywhere in the pitch. Like, you've seen him over at left back, you've seen him at left wing, you've seen him in midfield, and then you see him at right back. But the moment that he gets over to the right side, it just feels like crickets over there. So to be honest, I agree with you in a lot of cases, and that just needs to be changed. And isn't it like a big concern for you, Dave? I know you're about to move on to the midfield, but isn't it a concern for you that technically the right side has only really been active, has only really been flourishing when it's been Jed Spence and Mikey Moore? When it's been Johnson and Porro, it's been pretty quiet.
But I don't even think it's down to Porro's ability. I genuinely think it's down to Brennan Johnson and what he brings. And again, I know people are going to say, Dave, you're picking on him, but I'm only calling out what I'm seeing in front of me. In the press, Bergval's more intense over in the corner than what Johnson is. That should be his area. When the ball gets to his feet, he can't cross it. And for me, he's the problem. It doesn't seem like anybody can link up with him. When Son's up front, he couldn't link up with him. When Kulu's up front, he can't link up with him. Porro can't link up with him down that side. None of the midfielders can link up with him. And that shows me that he's the problem. He is a big problem in this team. I think if you put more in there with Porro, it works. I think if you put more in there with Jed Spence, it works. Because I think Moore's a much better footballer. I think he's got it more up here in the brain as well than what Johnson does. I think he's more clued into what's expected of him and stuff. I still think Johnson reminds me of a kid in a man's body, to be brutally honest with you.
And Adrian Chia has come in here. We missed you, Adrian Chia. Hopefully you've been having a fun summer, my friend. And he's saying at least our Lion City Sailors took the lead against Spurs. If you remember last summer, Dave, Lion City Sailors, the Singapore team in the Singapore League, they were able to take the lead against us, and then we eventually went on to win the Tiger Cup. And I think Adrian Chia has just taken a slight dig at the K-League All-Stars here out of a bit of rivalry for his own Singapore team. Big up to Adrian Chia. Absolutely love that.
Big up, Adrian. I have to say, some of these K-League players are all right. They're competent.
They are very competent, and for the most part, you'd say that Young Min Hook has maybe had the best of the chances for this K-League 11. There have been very few chances for them, but he's led the counterattacks. He's been doing an okay job of trying to take on players, trying to make things happen, and then he had that one opportunity where he took on Emerson Royale, had a left-footed shot available to him, just blazed it over the bar. I'm glad he didn't finish it, because I think Dave and I probably would have complimented him, but then probably would have started laying into the players, so we didn't have to do that this time around. But you would say he's had maybe some of the better runs in this game. In the midfield, though, Dave, I interrupted you, and you were going to touch on that. I mean, Bergval, that's a player that a lot of people usually like to hear about. How's he done? How's Archie Gray done, in your opinion, Pop Matasar?
I think it took them a while to get going. I think that bollocking at the water break certainly helped them. But I think overall, I think Bergval's been good. He's tried to, do things the right way, keep the flow of the attacking moves going. That's what I like. That's what I look for in that creative midfielder. Someone that doesn't get on the ball and almost disrupt the attacking move like a James Maddison and then move at 5 yards. Someone that can actually integrate and keep that move flowing. And I think Bergval's done that to a large degree. Very unlucky not to score. Although I had a mate who used to prefer prefer to hit the bar. He said, no, you get spoken about a lot more when you hit the bar rather than when you score, but it was absolutely unbelievable from Bergvall. Unlucky, he caught that very well. Look, don't get me wrong, it hasn't all been sunshine and roses. There's been some good and bad bits to his game, but on the whole, I think he's done all right there. And what I love about him is his work rate out of possession, which I don't think has really been spoken about much about the kid, but I think he provides a lot of energy out of possession. Sarr, I think again took him a while to get going, but he's actually been lively in there. He's done all right. He's been good. Archie Gray, I think again done some good bits, but where I think he lacks and where I think he really needs to become a lot better, and he's got time. He's only 18 years of age to be that number 6 full time. Is on the ball. Don't get me wrong. I think he's trying more expansive passes than what a Basuma would, but he's not making them. And I would say to a kid all day in preseason, keep trying, keep trying. But I would say to Archie Gray, that is an area of the game where probably you need to do extra on the training pitch after hours and maybe just work on a little. But apart from that, he's got stuck in and done what we expected. So a bit of a mixed bag from Gray, to be brutally honest with you.
Just quickly on Archie.
I'd say for all of them, actually.
I think you mentioned something with Archie Gray that I actually, when I was doing the scout report for him, I was trying to find a weakness, and that's what's always annoying about that section of the summary is sometimes I'm like just trying to find something that could be a weakness in their game. And when I was just racking my brain from what I could tell by his game, I did kind of pick that out as something where he is good on the ball in the sense that he has good tight feet, very tidy player, makes good decisions most of the time, knows how to get out of trouble when he is put under pressure, has, like I said, a really good first touch and just really good feet. But it is that passing range. If you were to pick out a weakness, maybe it doesn't always seem to come through the passing range for Archie Gray. He doesn't usually always seem to have that maybe line-breaking pass in every situation, or he isn't always going for a big switch of play, and that can be a big attribute of a really top-level number 6, and what makes some of the best, versus maybe some of the lesser, kind of top number 6s in the world is usually they have one or two things. They have that really good ability to receive it on the half turn, to, be able to get out and evade pressure, by just carrying it through midfield, and then, others have usually a very good passing range that allows them to be able to get out from under pressure, and most players can't really have both, but we think that Archie Gray at one point could if he's really going to become a top number 6, and that is maybe something he could maybe work on. We've only seen so much of him, so maybe it could also just be an off game for him, and we could see that come through here, but it's very interesting that you mentioned that, I think, because that is something that if I were to look for a weakness in his game, it might be one of them. Then again, though, he has been brilliant thus far in possession as a center back. He's had maybe that extra bit of time on the ball. When put under pressure, he just knows how to evade it really well when people are trying to press him. But yeah, it's interesting. At number 6, he hasn't been as scintillating, as impressive, even though we think that's where he might end up playing. That's where he'll provide competition as to Basuma at that number 6 role.
I just want to add as well, like, we're not putting him down. We're not saying that he can't play. The kid can play. But there's a difference being able to get on the ball and, sort of punt it 5-10 yards through the lines or take a player on. Then there is getting the ball out of your feet, and having the vision and every single time having the right weight and accuracy on that pass. It's a different skill altogether. And if he can bring that skill to his game, we're talking about one hell of a player here at CDM for Tottenham for quite some time. So hopefully he can improve on that, Jacko.
Lots of people in the chat just recently, Anthony Grima as well as some others, are talking about the water break that Ange had with the players and maybe a bit of the screaming session. I think 24Z was talking about it earlier, and people are saying it's maybe already made its way to the X platform, to Twitter. So that's something they'll look forward to when we do Twitter Reacts after this game to see how Ange really laid into the players. What do you think he was trying to tell them at halftime, Dave? Or, sorry, in that break.
To be honest, I think he would have been unhappy with the effort levels. It was something that maybe, I sort of brought up as well. That out of possession, they were sort of sitting off the K-League a little bit, giving them a bit of joy. With Postecoglou, it's relentless. That's why he always has that motto, we never stop. Because in all facets of the game, he wants to do it to the maximum ability. And I think, we were slacking off in terms of out of possession a little bit. And I think that's what it was like. Stop this bollocksing around, half pressing. Be committed, go man for man on the press, and fucking take the ball off them higher up and go and kill them off. Make this an easy game for yourselves. So, fair play to him. Look, this isn't the first time he's lost his rag with the team. It happened at Everton last year and a number of other games, and this is what I like to see. And I think players are reacting to it differently than maybe what they would have under a Conte or a Jose Mourinho, because under a Conte and Jose Mourinho, it felt like they were always getting bollocked. Whereas under Ange Postecoglou, he's got a very good relationship with the players in terms of human beings, so that when he does get upset with them, it's almost like your father turning around and getting angry at you or saying he's disappointed in you. It kills you, it crushes you, you know what I mean? All you want to do is just, make him proud and stuff like that. And I feel like the players feel that onus towards Ange Postecoglou to a degree. That's why we've seen, I think, the turnaround.
Sounds like Eddie was being given a similar treatment by his own father for not telling him about the game, and he's feeling very disappointed. And I feel like I haven't seen Edward Joker Davis in the chat ever since. Hopefully you're all right, Edward, after that. Big up to you, sir. Rick and Brighton saying Kulu was everywhere. Man of the half for me. I mean, would you go as far to say that Kulusevski, while he maybe didn't get the glamorous goals that Sonny did, do you think he actually had the better overall performance in the first half?
No, I think Son's been the best player. I think Son has had the best overall performance, to be brutally honest with you. But Kulu adds to what Son is doing. Son is comfortable giving them the ball, making runs off him. Son doesn't feel like he has to do it all himself. Where I felt like when he's got Vernon Johnson on the side of him, he almost feels like he has to take on everything himself. With Kulu, it's clear he trusts him, laying it in, running it off him. And Kulu has been able to, make them passes, the flick-ons and stuff like that. And look, Kulu has done what we've asked for that number 9 to come in and do. Be that focal point, show a bit of strength, and be that link-up guy. Son can't do it up front because Son always wants to do it from deep. Kulu gives you that something different up front, and it works. It actually helps Son because it means Son can still get on the ball, drive from deep, and have that guy there to be able to play off. So I think Kulusevski has been brilliant in that aspect, but also the goal. Many people are going to say it's a tap-in. Go back and look at it. He's made a run from the right-hand side of the box across to put himself in that position. You don't just happen to be there. Sometimes over the course of a season, you might get lucky. The ball will fall out your feet once or twice. But, what he's done is he's purposely put himself in that situation. Absolutely brilliant, and something we're not seeing from other players. So fair play to him, I think. Look, I've always maintained, Jack, I've always said since last season, put Kulusevski up front. Put him as a striker. Put him as our focal point. Let's be brutally honest. He played up front against Luton, was outstanding. Up front against Sheffield United, outstanding. Up front last week, outstanding. Up front again today, outstanding. Have we found his position? Jack, let me know.
Yeah, and he's just been involved in so many different ways. Chris Loney, just before we get kicked off here again, Dave, I do have an interesting point from Chris Loney because we have to always consider this about the weather and about the warm weather training that they're going through. He's saying it's been a good run for the lads so far, considering it's 30 degrees outside at night, and it probably feels like 35 degrees. I've played and trained regularly at over 40 degrees. Doubt many would actually be able to get off the couch in this type of weather. He's saying let alone go outside and be training in this type of weather. And is that something that may to compliment to these players, Dave? I mean, they did look tired, but when the game first started. But do you think they haven't shown that tiredness as much as they could have? If you get maybe my point here, like could they, they haven't necessarily used that as an excuse, or we haven't had to use that as an excuse maybe today.
Well, I don't think they're allowed to use it as an excuse, to be brutally honest. Ange didn't allow them. That's why he bollocked them at the water break, because he's not going to allow them to have these excuses. Look, Chris is right. It's humid. These players are fit. The ones we're up against are in the middle of a pre-season. It's grueling. Don't get me wrong. But this is where our quality needs to shine. We're better on the ball than them. We're more technical, better than them. And I think that's what's showing true right now. But you're spot on. It is a good grueling test for them.
And we've gotten kicked off here again, everybody. If you are still listening to us, please, again, Dave mentioned it earlier, and he, completely reminded me of it. And we'd like to see other people than just Sean, provide the fan cams. Please, at the end of the game, send in your thoughts. We'll put a post about it in the community section for the fan show and elite members. But please get in your fan cams to us, and we'd love to see other people's thoughts on this game. And at any point, if you do want to stop us and get your thoughts in, you're welcome to throw it in as a super chat. Get it into comments as well, and we will address it. And if you do want to come on this next Monday and have your own say about the preseason, about the transfer window, become a fan show member, and we'd love to have you. And the people like Rob Wallace that have gifted or have received a membership from him, please take advantage of it, and we'd love to see you Monday. But lots of new substitutions. James Madison is onto the pitch. Big opportunity to see the difference. We'll see the opportunity to see the difference between Bergvall and James Madison. And Dave mentioned this earlier. You wonder if Ange Postecoglou is already hinting at, the fact that James Maddison's position isn't necessarily guaranteed in the starting 11 by starting Bergvall ahead of him. You wonder if
I
this
think it
is
is.
already a hint to Maddison. It's already kind of a push, a nudge on the shoulder.
If I'm Maddison, I'm taking it as a warning sign for sure, Jack. Whether Maddison will or not, I'm not quite so sure.
Vicario's been taken off. Looks like Brandon Austin's been put back in goals. I'd like to see Luka Gunter personally, but I understand
Has
he's
Davies
still
come
only
off
so
the skip?
young.
No, Davies is still there.
Does look like Skip has been brought into the team. We have
So
Kulusevski
Bergvall and
still.
Sarr are off. Maddison and Kulu are on, I believe.
Sonny's kept his position on the left. Ben Davies, is he playing left back or left-sided center back?
Left side is centre back. Donnelly's still left back. So the only two changes is Maddison on for Bergvall and Skip on for Papamata Sarr.
That right there is why I don't think that Brandon Austin needs to play ahead of Luka Gunter. I think Luka Gunter should be playing instead of Austin because he's just received a back pass there and just has no idea what to do with it. I'm sorry, but that is one of the biggest things that I've mentioned before about him and Whiteman is that I don't really get the point of trying to play him or Whiteman because they don't know how to play with their feet, and that's a huge component of this game. And Austin's made a mistake before because of this. And he's given away a corner. And they good defending, actually, whoever cleared that away. Shot at the top of the box! Just goes wide.
Come on, Spurs. Let's get this going. A nice 6-0 here would do us the world of good.
Throwing in a lot of their international stars by the looks of things, the K-League. Seeing a lot of new faces, guys that were maybe at one point playing in Europe or maybe various other leagues. Emerson Royale playing out from the back. And Dave is right. Donnelly played an excellent pass to Emerson to play out from the back. Skip threads it into Maddison. Does he play that out?
Holy fuck.
Maddison, man.
I wouldn't mind. We've just seen I've even seen Ben Davies play that in the
Oh, jeez. That's some context. That is some context. Ben Davies has been passing the ball quite well today, and Maddison, misses his first outside the foot. That's hilarious context.
Madness.
That's hilarious context. Ben Davies has been stroking it around the pitch, whereas Maddison can't even play that.
I never said that about him, ever.
That's what's funny is everyone is so upset by seeing Ben Davies and Emerson, and I agree. I think there is kind of some frustration with that, having to see them continue to play. But considering Ben Davies and Emerson have played pretty well, they have played pretty well. Just considering our low expectations for them, it's been quite funny. Gray's in the 8 position now, says J Mac. I guess we'll have to look out for that. Maybe he's been moved slightly.
Yeah, it looks like Skip has gone into the deeper position. What worries me is that Donnelly already had to come in and take the ball off Austin to progress it. That's Skip's job. Donnelly again. Oh, Sonny. Who's that? Sonny tried to get turned. Is that Sonny? No, it's Gray.
Oh, did they step on the back of his foot? You got to be careful now, Sonny. You're on a hat trick, but you also have to think about the season ahead.
Can't wait to see the standing ovation he gets when he comes off. Hey, go for the short corner, a dummy on it. It's brilliant for Maddison. Now just put the right ball in.
The housery is still there, but is the quality that's still there with Maddison? There it is, Emerson! Oh my lord, what a header!
What a header!
Richarlison-esque.
We're trying that near post corner every single corner we've took.
What a touch by whoever this was for the K-League team. He's cut inside here, and he's nearly caught us out.
Donnelly again, fucking brilliant defending.
Great defending from Donnelly.
Now, Davies, help him out. He's bailed you out. Oh,
they've scored here.
He's off.
Is he off? It looks like the winger could have been off.
Thank fuck for that. I would have been fuming there. Donnelly's already bailed out the back line. Davies could have done more to help him there.
Does he want VAR? That'd be hilarious. Yeah, he's off.
He actually done very well to hold the line. Well, Porro's keeping him on, actually.
Ben Davies and Emerson, you're right, do well there, but maybe Porro did not.
Skippy struggled to get that one into Maddison. Why does he make everything look so hard?
Back to Skippy. There you go. And Archie Gray. Into Kulusevski, who's out on the right. Archie Gray played down the line here inside the penalty area! Porro!
Oh, shanks it. Nearly falls to stone. It's just cleared.
Poro, he's had good
She's could have had a
opportunities.
hat trick today.
Yeah. Though that time he could have definitely gone for more of an assist, but he's
Yeah.
just kind of he's not strike these really
Good
very
touch.
well.
Kulu. Madison.
Madison cutting inside here. Oh, good
Feed
turn.
someone.
A little too much dribbling. The top of the box, Archie
Gray.
Gray.
Oh. Kulu picks it back
Kulusevski,
up.
good recovery. Oh, good
Ah, makes him.
touch. Good touch and good
Shoulder
strength.
straight. Oh.
Gets picked off here.
K-League are out.
Oh,
Oh, my
Skip
Lord.
absolutely ruined there.
He's absolutely destroyed Skip there. They're running at Ben Davies. Gets across. Oh, good
Brandon
save by Brandon
Austin,
Austin.
no, not a good save.
Just parries it.
Not a good
Yeah.
save. It's similar
No.
to the Newcastle game, to be honest.
Oh,
It's
Skip.
actually very similar to. I don't like Brandon Austin. I'm sorry. He's a nice guy, but he's had his opportunity to try to impress me
He's
more and
got to
maybe
get a
prove me
stronger
wrong.
hand to push that
It's
away.
very similar to the Newcastle goal. If you guys were with me, I think we did that on TIFO. I think if I'm trying to remember correctly, the postseason friendly with Newcastle. Any of those that were watching me for that, I mean, I was upset with Austin for that, and it's very similar. It's a bad parry. It's not a very strong arm. It's not. It's not great.
No, it's a bad parry. You're right. Initially, it looked like he made a good save, but he
Kind of
just
straight
parried it
at him
straight into
too.
your cat.
It's kind of straight at him as well.
Skip as well can't evade anything
Ooh,
there.
yeah,
I mean,
Skip
he's got his
got.
legs absolutely tangled up. Honestly, it looked like your man nearly broke his ankles. With
Yeah,
one
I hope
step
he's
over.
okay. That's how bad he got twisted up there, Skip. I actually, oh my lord,
Oh,
that's
Lord,
practically
Austin.
straight at him.
That's shocking, actually. I take everything back. That's shocking.
Yeah, Luca Gunter, I think, is clear. Luca Gunter is clear.
That is shocking.
No, I'm not comfortable with Brandon Austin as the backup.
No, he's got.
He's got to be good with his feet, or he has to be able to make a save. And so far this game, he's not. He's done neither.
What's with the celebration? They're
Oh,
3-1
that's
down.
shocking.
Shouldn't be allowed to celebrate when you're 3-1 down.
That's
shocking.
shocking.
Celebrating mediocrity. Here we go. Tottenham on the attack here. Can we make amends for it?
Donnelly, a little too
Oh.
clever, maybe a little too clever.
Good play by Madison and Donnelly down that left-hand side. Just maybe yeah, you're right. Just maybe a bit too clever. K-League are out here again. If we get caught very quickly here again, we could be in trouble.
Poro,
Gets a run at
one-on-one.
Poro. Has Hugh come off? I think he has.
I think he has.
Gets turned again. There's space again here. It's another ball across.
Oh,
they switched
my
off.
Lord.
3-2. I don't fucking believe it. I don't fucking believe it. It's the same guy again. I don't bloody believe it. Take Brandon
Wow.
Austin out quickly. Oh, Lord.
Well,
How are we being ripped open by K-League? That's shocking. Soon as Skip comes into the six, there's no protection. Soon as we take Papa Matasar out and Bergval.
is this guy like a troll or something? Like that, that number 9? Like, is he like is he play a little too much Ultimate Team? I just don't get it. He's just like he's a troll or something.
Oh, he's playing way too much with FIFA anyway, that's for sure.
That
shocking.
winger for them, this guy, number 16, or I can't exactly tell the number, but whoever their winger is that's come on has just absolutely wrecked us as well down this right side. And
It's a
this
great ball. by the
dangerous
way.
question.
That's actually a great ball.
It is a great ball. It's a good run. Dave, I mean, this is a question worth asking, though. Is it just really good play from the K-League second 11? You know, like they've made a lot of subs, and it's a lot of new players. Is it just these guys that are playing so well, or is it just our subs that have come in for our team are showing the drop-off in quality?
I think the players that have come on have shown a drop-off in quality, to be brutally honest with you, Jack. I think that's the problem. Look, Brandon Austin should have done much better with the first goal. You're absolutely spot on. Second goal there, I thought Ben Davies could have made a bit more of an effort to get out and block it. There was no intensity on it. Donnelly caught out of position, but he was making a tackle in the midfield, so that means someone else has to have the nous to go in and drop in for them. They didn't do that. And Skip, what you seen for the first goal? I mean, he was like Mr. Tangle off that what's that series, like Mr. Happy and all that shit, the mini men or whatever they're called. He's like Mr. Tangle there. His legs are all twisted up. He's like Stretch Armstrong. It's just the quality. It's absolutely killed us so far. The second goal was a good ball in, but we could have prevented it further out from the goal, and we didn't. It's piss poor, really. It's just the attitude again, but we expect this from when we play certain players.
I'll be honest, though. Madison, once again, is concerning me with the way he's been playing. Because
he's even
frustrating right there. I don't even know what he's motioning for there. because he's played the sideways pass.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he's like getting mad at someone else for playing a sideways pass. It's just, and then he's also lining up for a 40-yard shot when there were, everyone was forward and he had 10 options to play a pass, and
But also,
he goes for a 40-yard shot. It feels like the more that Madison hair is receding, the worse he's becoming at football.
but also, look at the movement of other players around him to get on the ball, and look at his movement. He moves around in a little 4-inch square,
Yeah.
Side to side, back and forward to try and receive the ball. You've got players making 15-yard runs to be able to get on the end of it. I don't think he does enough to get on the ball either. And that's just shit.
Pedro Porro, what a switch of play. Brendan Johnson is still on the pitch also, people are reminding me. That's actually completely forgot he was still on.
I forgot he was even selected, to be honest. He's been non-existent. Played with 10 men. Emerson. Out to Johnson.
Wow.
Holy fucking shit.
Literally no one.
He has all the time in the world there, and he doesn't find anyone. His quality is so bad.
They all thought it was over at halftime, says Ribsy85. Yes, but some of those players that could have thought that. Are those the players that came on, Ribsy, right? Or is it the players that have stayed on that have thought that? Is it just the team in general have had that mentality? That's what I'm wondering. Is it maybe the guys that have subbed on that maybe thought that they were going to have an easy ride in the second half?
Well, look at the subs we made in midfield. We've been disjointed going forward, and we've been disjointed in the back line. You know what I mean? The changes in midfield have fucking cursed us.
Yeah.
We don't look like Madison's come in for Bergvall. We don't look any better going forward. We look worse, and Skip's come in for, Gray. Well, Papa Matsar technically, but he's sitting in the CDM. And straight away they broke on us. Usually a CDM, his job is to get out to either flank to cover your fullbacks. He hasn't done it.
Plenty of people are laying into Skip saying he's just not good enough and that he's not going to get any sleep tonight. I mean, he hasn't had an easy time out there, let's be honest. And it also doesn't feel good to have K-League guys, just absolutely spinning you and left and right.
Look, it's not even that. Like, you look at him when he's on the ball. He goes to pass it. He makes it look hard. He makes it look like it's a struggle.
He gets beat in midfield there as well.
So
he's not tracking his man. Midfield.
Skip can't get anywhere near it. Well done, Davies on the cover. Oh, no, Davies on the cover. Well done. Just straight through the middle again. Skip blowing behind him, trying to grab him. It's embarrassing. It's like me playing against under 10s and trying to chase some young lad and pulling out of his shirt. It's embarrassing. Here we go. Skip. That's better.
Hey.
That's better. Well done.
Way.
Madison, get out to Son now. Thank you. Let's go, Sonny. Onto the Dom Bomb. I'd love a Dom Bomb. Sonny.
Madison.
Matters.
See Gray. There you go. Archie Gray.
He's passed over 15 yards. Someone check his temperature. Onto Kulu.
Kulusevski.
Good
space. Kulu! Good shot. Maybe not good enough.
Come on,
looked good.
Let's bag another couple of goals.
He's playing like Woody Harrelson. Who do you mean, Madison or Skip? They both look like Woody Harrelson all of a sudden. Lazy 8.
It's just so easy to play through our midfield when Skip is there. Come on, Johnson. Oh, please.
Oh, he's saying, yeah, it's Skip that looks like Woody Harrelson. I think he is starting to look like Woody Harrelson, but Madison's falling not too far behind.
When some of these guys play, I'm going to have to start bringing a box of Panadol with me. Headache tablets. Come on, Tottenham. Let's go and score more goals. It's more exciting when we're scoring goals. K-League down the left-hand side here. Can that winger find another ball across? He fucking does as well, Ben Davies does well to shepherd the defender or the striker backwards. Ange, we need another water break. Give them a bollock again. They're all standing there. No, honestly, we do. Look at them. They're all standing there. Like Skip and Madison have no excuse to be fucking tired. Come on, get after him, Gray. Someone crunch one. There we go, Madison. That's a bit of energy. Well done. Come on, Kulu. There we go. All the way back to the goalkeeper. It's not hard. Now put pressure on him. Force him along. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Pop Matasar has been quiet, says Barry. I think he now has been taken off.
Took him off. He took him off at half-time.
Yeah, I took
He
him
was
at
good in the
halftime.
first half.
I'd say if you were to pick out the best midfielders, he might not have been part of it, but he didn't necessarily play poorly.
This half, he's been very.
But yeah, he's been taken off for Skip.
Come on, Spurs. Let's go at them again. Let's bag another couple. Come on. Oh, Kaylee, you're just popping around here. That midfield is just completely weakened it. The two changes in there. Can't get close to them. Look at them. Just popping it around. Too easy.
These
Take them off again.
These K-League subs are inspired. Jeez.
Again, Skip standing there. You standing there, you bloody twat. Will you fucking wake up? I don't want to lose to these or even let them draw. Jesus Christ, he's standing there looking at him like a dodo. Fuck me. He's running at you. Wake up. Here we go. More like it. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I lost my rag there, but that's pissed me off.
Well, you wonder if these guys are going to be taken off. I mean, look at how many subs he's putting on here. I mean, the lino, or the assistant, the third referee here, he's absolutely going to have a lot of work ahead of him here with these subs. Johnson is being taken off. Mikey Moore, you'd assume. Mikey Moore is going to come on for him. Sonny looks like he's going to be taken off. What a performance from that guy.
He looks absolutely out on his feet as well. Well done, Sonny. Gave it his all today.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that, considering he has actually had warm weather training today, and he put in that performance. I mean, fair play to Sonny. He's had a great day. Great day. Great evening. Great performance. Top player. Two ridiculous goals. Two ridiculous goals. Absolutely absurd goals.
Lynchy says, Dave, if I flew you to Korea, how long do you think you would last? Probably about 30 seconds, to be brutally honest with you, in that humidity and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think that's a bit of a dumb comment, because the club ain't paying me 100 grand a week, are they? If they were, I'd be fucking fit. But
we should ask how the We Are Tom TV boys are doing and handling the heat. See if Dave
they seem like they're doing all right out there, actually. You know, signing autographs and everything like that out there. They're famous out there.
Yeah, they're handling it.
But Lynchy, look, I'm not falling out with you. I'm not falling out with any Spurs fans. I get it, right? You know, they're out there for fitness and whatever, and it's humidity and stuff like that. But, you know, it doesn't solve the quality issue of some of the guys we've seen there. You know, that's still going to be a problem whether they're fit or not. They're fit last season, it was a problem. It's even worse when they're not fit in preseason. You know, I get your point. I get your point.
I will admit, one of the only things I do miss about New York is actually the warm weather, humidity from my runs, because I did like actually the extra bit of humidity and the extra bit of disgusting heat. It just added to the extra calories being burned. So I do miss it. Whereas here, I have to run so much harder in the Pacific Northwest because the weather is nice. It's not actually as humid outside. I kind of miss the disgusting swampy weather, to be honest. Helped me out with my workouts. Really was. You know, I got so much more out of it.
Oh. Biss is on. Come on, Biss. Let's get confirmation of these subs.
Skippy. To Timo Weenie. He's on the pitch.
Bissouma.
Ooh, what a touch. What a brilliant touch. Jet Spence out wide to Mikey Moore.
Come on, Mikey.
Oh, good idea. Good idea. Tried to thread it inside the penalty. Emerson Royale has had some excellent tackles. He's had some excellent tackles, but he's let him in behind.
Come on, Skip. Hold him up. Get across. You're going to have to
get close. You got to get close. Jeez. Oh.
He's just allowed him to run into the box.
Great block from Archie Gray. Skip, man. You have to get close. It's like Eric Dyer. He's just letting him into the goal.
That's who he's learned off.
Madison to Timo Weenie. Play back to Madison. Oh.
So we have Will Lancashire up front, Mikey Moore on the right, George Abbott, I think, is coming at left back with Timo Werner at left mid, and then the rest of the subs as well that were already made. So that's what I've got so far. Oh, and Bissouma's come on, of course. and Jed Spence at right back. So they're the subs that have been made. So the lineup is as follows now, guys. Brandon Austin in goal, Jedi at right back, Emerson and Davies at centre, or Emerson and Skip at centre back, Abbott at left back. Then in midfield, we've got Basuma. We've got Basuma, Madison, and there's one other player in there. And we've got Mikey Moore off the right, Werner off the left, and Lancashire up front. Devine is in. Sorry, that's the other midfielder in there, Devine. Go on, win that, Emerson. Well done. Deadeye. Great control. Under pressure. What can he do? Good ball into Emerson. He's been brilliant there. Done brilliant. Onto Basuma. Good ball by Biss. Onto Madison. Onto Teeny Weeny. Teeny Weeny.
Oh, nicely done. Timo Weeny! And it's Will Lancashire! Come on, baby! Timo Weeny to Will Lancashire. Big bad Will.
Under 21's doing it yet again on preseason tour.
Making that instant impact yet again, the youngsters. Instant impact.
Him and Moore scrapping for that one. The two of them in there scrapping for that one.
They were fighting over it.
Give me it. Let me tap it home. It's great to see.
They were fighting over it. You're right, Dave. They absolutely were. Brilliant play by Timo Weeny.
Good ball. Very good ball by Timo Werner. Burns him on the outside. Thank you very much. Great cross.
Really good ball.
Will Lancashire just got there ahead of Moore. Moore was looking for his third of the preseason. Will Lancashire now gets his second.
Really good ball by Timo Weeny. Really good ball.
Great ball.
And it's nice to see Lancashire on
this too. You know, I usually pull him down for his end, but that was a great ball.
Well, he just does. I called it the Timo Weeny poke. You know, he does that sort of poke cross. It's very effective for him. It is. He does it well. He's not exactly a fine crosser of the ball, but he does have that sort of poke in his game.
Oh, let's go. We're back now. We're back saucing, guys. 100%. We're all back saucing now. Let's get Luca Gunter on the pitch, and then we're complete.
What's going on here? Are they going for VAR check?
Nah, surely not. Surely they're just coming back from the water break. Look at Son. He looks absolutely shattered. Fair play to him. What a performance. Putting on that performance in front of your own crowd on a preseason game. This is why people love Sonny, you know?
He's just, when the pressure's on.
Make sure he's in top condition for this game.
Well, he put in some real effort, and he was sharp during this game as well. Very sharp. Like, he looked like he was ready for a Premier League game, the way that he was playing.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, those might be two of the best goals I've seen in a preseason doing this channel. I think since we've been doing these preseason watch-alongs, that might be one of the best I've ever seen, the two that he scored. This first one was just vintage Sonny, just vintage. And then the second one, that Meg, he might have megged that guy from 5 yards away. Like, he touched it, and then the guy got megged from just the distance in which he was megged. It was disgusting. It was naughty, actually. It's just disrespectful. The meg was actually disrespectful.
Which, do you know what it is? It's one of them, right? That defender could see that was coming from a mile away. He just couldn't do anything about it. That's a killer. Basuma, go on, play Spence.
Yeah, play him now. Oh, he's played. Never mind.
Nah, too late.
To neither, really.
To neither, yeah. Unlucky. Should have given it to Spence when he was on the move there.
Great to see Lancashire on the score sheet, though, and it is great to see Spurs now with that little distance. Now it's 4-2 after that little scare from
My blood pressure was getting high.
Yeah, no, I didn't like the troll celebrations from that one player.
No, that was
I did not like that.
I wonder are we on for another 6-3 like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it feels that way. And earlier, Adrian Shia with a super chat. Apologies.
Great play. On to Will Lancashire.
Oh!
By the way, that was excellent footwork by Mikey Moore to open that
Yeah.
up. Let's get another look at this. Sorry, Jack, for cutting across you.
Now let's take a look here. It's another chance for Will Lancashire. He buried his first chance, but just misses on the second.
Great play by Mikey Moore to open that up completely. Are we going to get a replay here? Probably not. Sorry, Jack. What were you saying before I rudely cut you off?
Adrian Chia saying, Dave, Super Chat curse has striked again now that the K-League have scored. I think you're just extending the Super Chat curse too much here, Adrian Chia. But I appreciate that you do take the blame in any of the situations that arise. You seem to take the blame. You're a very kind man. You're very humble.
We have to. We're Spurs fans. We go off superstition, Jack. I think we're the only fans that ever, give credit to superstition. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Abbott, man. That's your chance. He's just absolutely blazed it above the bar.
Yeah,
Poor guy.
He's blazed it. He should have at least got that on target.
But Adrian, yeah, you're being way too kind, sir. You're always taking the blame when, let's be honest, I think it was Oliver Skip on the first goal just got absolutely rinsed. And,
there we go, Radu.
And then the second goal was just poor defending once again. But Radu Dragusin on for Emerson Royale. And you do wonder if this is Emerson Royale's final game. I think he will be out of here.
I think Bayern Munich will probably be the last swan song, and then when we get back from Korea, he'll be off personally. But look, despite what people think of Emerson, we know he doesn't want to commit to this year. He wants to move himself. But you know what? He's had a fucking good game today. I think someone needed to tell him to calm down. It was preseason. He was sliding in everywhere.
Yeah, and he's got to realize that he has another club he might be moving to. Yeah, Timo Weenie. Oh, great ball from Timo Weenie.
Oh, who's that trying to barrel through there?
He can be, like I said, Dave, Timo Weenie's a chaos merchant.
There's another good ball. I think it was Madison trying to barrel through there. If he got a better first touch, Madison would have scored.
He can cause.
It's a good short corner here. Mikey Moore. Oh. Mikey Moore. Oh, unlucky. Good idea. Sharp from the kid, by the way.
Yeah, good
absolutely
touches.
Sharp, the man in that. I love that.
Ball is absolutely glued to his foot.
He's had a great impact so far. We've had no impact down the right-hand side for like 65 minutes. He comes on, and he's our main player. Devine on the corner. He's tall enough, Devine, isn't he? He's growing a bit. Short corner by Tottenham. Looks to pull it across 6-yard box. Pull back. It's
dangerous. Oh, might have went out of play.
Free out, offside.
Out of play. Madison seems upset by it.
He seems angry. Just do more, Madison. Stop crying about the line-up. He's not prohibiting you. He's right, though. It wasn't out.
It's a good cross. Good pressure from the youngsters. Good strength from Skip, who's now playing, looks like, maybe center back alongside Davies.
Yeah, he's gone in centre back alongside Radu Dragusin now. You've got
alongside Radu Dragusin, sorry.
Ryan, Basuma, and Madison now in the midfield. Do you know, we should nearly play this K-League 11 every fucking preseason. They give us a good runabout for our money.
They definitely do, and they've given us some... They've scored against us a couple of times, like they did the others.
5 times in 2 games now.
And behind, actually.
Well done, Abbott.
Oh, good ball.
Oh, gets it across. Can Jedi hold him up? Here he does. Great ball for
Jedi. From the K-League player.
One more. Go on. Unlucky.
I think Ange did say this, though, and I'd agree. Like, as much as the K-League isn't exactly watched by us or, maybe people in the UK, it does appear to me to be actually a quite well-organized and healthy league. With the way he called it a healthy league, which I actually think is a good word. What a touch! Oh, what a touch!
Here, he's turned Abbott. Can he score? What a save by Brandon Austin. Parries it straight down the middle again.
Wow, and then the guy who was on a hat-trick, the troll misses.
What a touch by that winger, by the way, from in behind Abbott.
Absolutely
in his stride,
absurd.
First time. That's beautiful.
That's ridiculous.
That is good.
It's a perfect
that is delightful
touch. It's
see.
actually perfect. You can't even do anything about it.
Sign him. Referee. Referees with the camera. You can see the Spurs play cut into it every so often. It's a good ball. That's a penalty, ref.
That's how Dave would have been running after the play. That's Dave's ankle chasing after it. Full sprint.
4-2 here. Tottenham with a corner. I wouldn't be running, Jack. I'd be power walking.
It just looked full limbs, the way he was sprinting. Like full limbs.
Running, you'd have to give me an oxygen mask. Nah, not that bad.
I was going to say, Dave, it just looked like, a full sprint there. And I was thinking, it looked like good form from the referee chasing back. Oh.
Good ball. Basuma. Back to Madison. Back to Basuma. Back to Madison. This is a good
Oh,
one, too.
lovely
Spare it.
play.
Unlucky. He does the right thing. Tries to pull it back to Moore. It's just got out. That's brilliant by Madison. That's more like it. Oh, he is atrocious, isn't he? God love him. God love him. He is atrocious.
Oh, we are just getting split all over the place, though. When he is in midfield, he is just a passenger.
Come on, Biss. Let's go.
Out wide.
Out to Timo.
Timo Weenie.
Werner on the dance floor. He's about to commit murder here. Biss.
Basuma.
When he starts playing well, I'm going to start calling him Bissouma.
There you go.
Good ball.
Now it's Mikey Moore out wide. Good cross. And cleared away by the K-League player. Mikey Moore's offside, so he can't pick it up.
For a throw-in. Smart. 76 minutes on the clock, guys. 15 minutes left. Ken Spurs bag. Another couple of goals here. We're doing today. Still 384 watching. Only 201 likes. I failed maths in school, but guys, that doesn't add up. Let's keep smashing that like button. Got G-Max in the house. Danny Darko. Shamu. We've got Michael W. Greeny. 24J. Tyler. Rooty 2. Matthew Horsfield. Great last name. Horsfield. Great last name, that. K32, as always, good to see you. K-League are in behind here again. Skip gets across, deals with it this time. Well done. And finds the pass. And then Werner puts it out of play. Come on, let's just go and kill them off now.
Basuma looked really sharp in the training videos.
Yeah, he does. He looks sharp enough on the ball out here today as well.
But yeah, I watched the 10-minute video of them in Korea, and he looked very good.
Tyler says, I've not played football seriously in 10 years, and I think I can make more of an impact than Skip, genuinely. And look, that's the thing. I think most fans are sitting there going, I do better than that. You know, and that's the problem. Basuma, onto Madison.
It's more of what's...
Danny Darko, I'll tell you what's for dinner in a minute, my man. Madison.
I think this is Divine. Into Mikey Moore, to
Divine,
Jed Spence.
Moore to Spence.
Spence, just not enough on it. Not good touch from Divine. Good touch.
Good
into Madison. That's a terrible
Lord.
shot.
Shocking shot.
Madison, for me, you said something earlier, and I think that was the right way you phrased it, but he sort of does everything in a really small circle. Like, he gets kind of the ball stuck under his feet a lot, the way that he tries to play, where he keeps the ball almost too close to his body, too close to his feet, and then he ends up almost doing what Emerson does, where he's kind of a bit too flat-footed, or a bit too, like, standing not on his toes, really, and it ends up coming across as a bit flat-footed. Mikey Moore does well here, though. Madison, again, can he prove me wrong?
Well.
Timo Weenie, good cross.
Oh, tries to pull it back to Lancashire. Good idea. Spence was fuming. Spence was making his way to the back post. He wanted another one. Madison just needs to do a bit more running for me. And when the ball comes into him, you're right. It's almost like he's almost caught flat-footed every time.
When you mention that, like how when he does that pirouette, he just sort of does it in such a small radius, such a small little circle, and compared to other players.
Oh, that's better. Oh, look, he gives it away.
Gets dispossessed.
K-League on the counter here again.
Here's this kid again. This guy was dangerous. This guy's speedy as well.
Well done, Spence.
Great defending from Spence. That's the recovery pace of Spence. That guy is speedy.
Yeah, he's fucking quick, lad. He's lightning. Flash there out on the wing.
You look familiar. Look like
Max says Bergval or Madison. Oh, Bergval for me, 100%.
Despite the warm weather training, Sonny still looks amazing.
He does. He does. Danny, it's chicken and veg soup with some sourdough bread for dipping for my dinner. K-League with the corner. It's an outswinger. It's into good position. Nonston comes out, clears the bodies. Fuzzy edge of box. Fuck me. It's the guy who's just scored a Danny Rose effort against Arsenal. What a strike. Wow. If anyone remembers that. Danny Rose's debut goal against Arsenal. That was sensational. He's just banged one in. It's 4-3.
What a goal.
I actually don't even blame Austin there. I just think players on the edge of the box could be doing more to at least go and close that down or get a body close to him. Brandon Austin done the right thing. He's come. Oh, they're not doing this again. Please, let's go and kill these 10-4. This is a piss take. They think they're Brazil. It's a joke.
These guys are such trolls, to be honest. I kind of want to watch this again, though. I'm eager to blame Austin again because I don't think he has done very well this game.
I think he does well to come out to all the bodies and punch it. After that, there's no one on the edge of the box.
It's a hell of a strike. It is a hell of a strike.
It's a great strike.
He's completely out of the goal.
Austin could have done better on that strike, though, to be fair.
And he is completely out of the goal.
Yeah,
he does parry it, and he parries it to the middle. He doesn't parries it to the middle of the pitch. He doesn't parry it away from kind of where all the danger is. He does parry it, to where someone would be able to pick it up and strike it. It's being very nitpicky, but it is part of the risk that you take as a goalkeeper. If you are going to come out like that and parry it away, you are abandoning your goal, and he parried it to someone who was ready to shoot. It's kind of, but people said the same thing with the Danny Rose goal, Dave. Some people said the same thing, that the goalkeeper for Arsenal, right, abandoned his goal, wasn't the best parries, so I'd argue that if they're saying that about Danny Rose's goal, I think you're well entitled to say that about Brandon Austin's.
Yeah, fair.
Because Danny Rose's was still more impressive than that.
He caught a lot harder, Danny Rose. He caught his problem.
And it was from further out. And it was from much further out.
Go on, Jed. Well done. Come on, Tottenham. Let's go and make them punish them now for that celebration. It's pissing me off. Mikey Moore. Oh, doesn't win the corner. It's well kept in by the K-League. Go on, Biss. Go on, Biss. Oh, unlucky. Come on, guys. Someone get in there and help him now. 82 minutes on the clock. They're going to go for the equaliser here.
How many step overs can this guy? And he's left it behind him. He's left it behind him, Jack Clark style.
Oh, no! Jeez. Just about gets there. Fuck me. Holy shit. Come on, guys. Wake up. Nearly scores on his last kick of the game as well. Skip just turning like a clown in the box. Oh. Come on, Spurs. Shouldn't be drawing this. This is embarrassing.
I wonder if that's Sonny's friend. He has a friend I know, like, who's German or something, who plays in the K-League. He looks like the guy.
Is he?
Sonny's one of Sonny's best friends or something is some German player from his time in the Bundesliga, and I think he ended up actually moving to the K-League. Oh. And I wonder if that's the guy.
It's an outswinger. It's cleared this time. Smart, I didn't know that.
Oh, come on. Alfie Devine.
Keep going. It's a 3-on-3. We've got to score this.
Timo, pick your head up. Pick your head up. Oh, that's poor from Timo. He had Mikey Moore in behind.
It's a 3-on-3. I just think we should be at least be getting a shot off there, at least working it. It's poor. Started off by the poor pass behind Werner, to be fair. Well done.
All right, we need to settle down, though, because the midfield is just all over the place. We need to settle down.
It's been a rag. Skip feeling that one. Oh, Basuma.
Nearly a red card.
It's away with it. That's what I'm mad at him. Werner.
The Premier League, that'd be a VAR check.
Yeah.
Not that I agree with it, but still.
Come on, Spence. Come on, Jedi. Skip. Oh, leave.
What's happening here?
He's injured. He needs attention.
He really... Oh, ouchies.
That's nasty.
That's also a red card, actually, debatably.
Kind of says Grandpa Skip, okay. Do you know what? Funny enough, I was looking at him there. He looks about a 60-year-old man, doesn't he?
Ripsy saying, did he get a nepotism job for being Sonny's friend? I mean, it's not a bad person to be friends with. And I'd go a
No.
step further and I say maybe Ben Davies has stayed at Spurs for 6 more years because he happens
I
to
wouldn't
be
be
very
surprised
good.
to see Ben Davies out in the K-League once he's finished.
He'll be the CEO of Gangwon FC, Ben Davies.
Yeah. Darren Kilban says, I know it's only a friendly, but this is worrying. Look, we'll have that conversation after the game and see where people stand on it. Darren.
Got himself injured from defending that attack, says Marlon Green. Good to see you, Marlon. Like I said earlier, good to have you in the house. Who is it? And then Leighton Evelyn. I feel like we haven't seen you all summer, Leighton. Hopefully you're having a good summer.
Number 3 reporting for duty, Jack.
Yeah, that's our favorite happy clapper, Leighton Evelyn. I hope you're having a good summer, Leighton. It's good to see you back.
He's loving it. He's clapping all over the world. But Darren, what I will say is that I know it's only a pre-season, but there does come a point where you've only got a couple more games left before the season starts. So there does come a point where you have to start taking things out of it So I do agree with you in that aspect for sure. Dragerson, great turn by Spence. Come on, Jedi. Feeds it into Will. Moore. Oh, who's left that one behind? Devine. 87 minutes on the clock. 3 minutes left. Can Spurs hold out to this victory? Didn't think I'd be saying them words today, that's for sure. K-League looking to wind up another attack here. It's a good ball by the midfielder. Out to the winger. Trying to come down Jed Spence's side. It's blocked up very well between him, Moore, and Devine. Forcing them to go out the other way. Oh no, your man skins Jedi. He skins him. Well done, Jed. Goal kick. Gets back.
Or maybe he's actually called up for a foul here. He's given a foul.
Has he?
It's hard to tell. I think he has. I think Jed does well, actually, to give away a foul there. He's not letting him in. But some of these K-League players have caused us problems far more than they did in the first half. It's been some of these international guys that they brought in, have randomly really...
I also think Brandon Austin's done all his chances of being number 2 gone. And catch that, for fuck's sake. What's he punching that one for?
What's he doing there?
He's already conceded one from doing that.
That's not even hit very hard.
Nah, he's done all of his chances there today. He's been pouring goal.
Yeah, and let's be honest. I know, people are saying, yes, we have looked a bit open at times, but some of the goals that we have conceded have been directly bad goalkeeping.
Yeah.
Like the one that was hit right at him that he parried to the striker. I mean, that was just terrible goalkeeping.
Yeah, that was shocking.
And then some of the others were also debatably, questionable.
Can Kaylee get one more attack? Just put it in on Austin. That's what I'd be doing. It's a good ball in.
Oh, Dragusin whips it.
Off
the bar!
Holy fuck.
Dragusin, man, what are you doing?
He's not sliding anyway, is he?
Gotta defend like you're defending for Romania, my friend.
Nearly got his hat-trick there.
I mean, to be honest, he kind of should. He's well
offsides.
He's well offsides. He should score a hat-trick if he's going to do these troll celebrations. If he's only going to end on a brace. Tima Weenie, it looked like, out wide. Into Mikey Moore. Into Madison.
Madison. Oh, you greedy fucker. Unlucky.
That's what I mean, though. He gets it stuck under his feet, and then he doesn't really hit it with any power. And I feel like he was doing that all of last season. Not all of last season, when he started playing poorly.
He wasn't doing it the majority last season.
And then he's kind of continued that here. I just find it a weird trait of his that when he does, he has a good first touch, but his first touch, it gets caught under his feet for some reason. Very consistently.
5 minutes added on here. They're actually giving us injury time. It's fucking friendly, guys.
They're trying to milk as many minutes as they can.
I think they're trying to keep K-League to get an equaliser, keep them in the game, get them an equaliser. But we will be having good discussions after the show, guys. There's only so long you can keep saying it's pre-season for. We have to talk about how easy we are ripped open at times, which is a concern. It's been common throughout the pre-season, but we also need to talk about some positives. Mikey Moore, Kulizeski, Jedi Spence, people like that. So there's a lot to talk about because there is only so long that you can keep going. It's only preseason. It's only preseason. When you get drawn closer to the season, you have to, there are teams you have to see improvements on. Madison is one. I think he needs a massive improvement. It's a good play by Abbott, though. That's better. Werner tries to whip it in.
Oh, Madison!
How many more chances does he need? Oh, my Lord. He's dribbled into the goalkeeper's arms.
Only a few minutes left here. Dragishin cleared away.
Free kick to Tottenham. 3 minutes left. Hanging on here for the victory. Werner out on the right-hand side this time. Moore's gone out onto his favourite position out on the left. Into Bissouma. Ref, that's a free on bis. Doesn't give it. Wins it back, though. Well done, Bissouma. Into Abbott. Can Tottenham get another attack of their own here? It's a good ball. Madison. Oh, that's shit.
That's got to be a foul, isn't it? I guess it isn't.
Oh, no. Trouble here.
It's got to be a foul.
It's a 3-on-2.
Uh-oh.
Skip, get out there. Get out there.
Speedy. It's that speedy player. Oh, and he blazes past the post.
How is Skip dropping off? Radu Dragisin has the runner. All Skip has to do is go out and push him away from goal. And he invites the shot. If we lose today or draw, it's his fault. Moore.
Mikey.
Drops the shoulder, looks to cut inside. Winger does well to stick with him. Back to Bissouma. 2 minutes left.
Mikey does well. Mikey does
beautiful.
so well. Oh, just not enough on it.
Unlucky. Good idea.
Well done, George. Kind of both teams looking pretty tired at this point.
I'll just grab a quick bottle of water out of the fridge and we'll get going for the pre-match. Or post-match.
Timo Weenie recovers. He's been moved over to the right by the looks of things. Plays it into Will Lancashire. He fires it into Lancashire. It's not an easy pass to receive there. Timo. Well done. Down the line to Lancashire. Can he find Spence? Yes, he does. Madison to Spence. Oh, Spence, you should go for the shot, mate. Should fire that one. Oh, Spence, that's not a great challenge. No need for that. It's absolutely laid into the goalkeeper. Dragishin. One-on-one here. Oh, and it does well enough to block it, and it peters out to the goalkeeper. Spurs launch one last attack here, though. There is space to do it. Play him, please. I mean, what are you waiting for? Lancashire. Madison. Madison. Off the post.
He's been searching for that goal. It's just not going to come.
Good morning to you, Black Wolf. What time did you get up?
Come on, ref, blow this now.
Off the post by Madison. He's not really had the best day today.
No. Giving K-League one last opportunity to run at Jedi Spence here.
Oh, blocked.
Blocked by Bissouma.
Someone.
Why is he walking?
Why? Yeah. Also, why are we letting that bounce? Oh my gosh. And then now it's full time. Well, they really tried to give K-League every single opportunity they could to try to get back into the game to see if they could get an equalizer. A strange game, to be perfectly honest. I think there were a lot of positives, like Dave said, from the first half with some individual performances, plenty of really good individual performances. But then that second half, definitely some worry signs with the fact that Spurs look very open. Brandon Austin, someone who has been questionably touted as the backup choice goalkeeper, did not have a good day and looked to be exposed by this K-League team. He wasn't really good with his feet, didn't make good saves, and you must say that Spurs did not look that convincing in the second half, whereas in the first half they did look far more convincing. They did require, though, a bollocking from Ange Postecoglou during the water break.
Mm.
Kind of a mixed bag of a day, Dave.
I do think it's a bit of a mixed bag of the day. Look, it was clear in the second half when Ange Postecoglou made the flurry of changes that there was a lot of jaded legs in there. But then, the two substitutions at halftime in the midfield was a massive drop off in quality. It left us completely exposed. Weren't good enough going forward. Look, tale of two halves, I would say. First half, I thought, took us a while to get going, but once we did, we were purring. Could have scored maybe 4 or 5 in that half. Second half, we were just completely ripped open. Look, I know a lot of people are going to say it's only preseason. They are right to a certain degree. But I do think there are things that you can take away from what we're seeing. Don't forget that preseason is used to sort of form your squad as you go along. Form the right personnel and stuff like that. I think a bright spark today, Stoney. Absolutely sensational today.
Yeah.
Absolute massive bright spark. He was absolutely quality, ready to go, hit the ground running. He destroyed them in that first half. I think Kulu up front looks good. It's clear that there is a bit of a link up between him and Son. Even when Son was up front and Kulu was in the cam for some of the friendlies, they were linking up with each other. That's promising. That's something that we can work on going forward. Johnson, I'm sorry, preseason or not, preseason's about fitness, but his quality just is not there. He done absolutely nothing today to affect that game. That needs to be looked at going forward. I think the midfield tree of Gray, Bergvall, Sarr looked promising, looked good. Bergvall looked really good. But when Skip came in, it's clear to see he cannot play this system whatsoever. He needs to be moved on. Maddison, again, people can use it as only preseason, but this is shit we seen from him last season.
Yep.
He needs to do much better. He hasn't changed, just like Brennan Johnson. Look, defensively, it's hard to judge us because we don't have Romero and Van de Ven in there. You'd like to think some of them breakaways in behind Van de Ven would have mopped them up and been there. And we would have looked a lot more assured. However, over course of preseason, Hearts broke on us easy. QPR broke on us easy. Vizsla Cobra broke on us easy enough at times. And today demonstrated with a better team with better quality in it, they'll break on us and they'll punish us. So that is something that I do think we need to look at and take away, whether that's personnel, bring more players in, whether that's tactical tweaks that need to be looked at. But that does have to change to a degree. But I still maintain a lot of it does stem from us when we're shit in possession. And what I mean by that is first half, they barely broke on us, barely got a shot on Vicario because of how good and potent we were in the final third and in possession. In the second half, when you bring Skip and Maddison into the fold, we were nowhere near as good in possession, nowhere near as dominant, and failed to rip the team apart. Which meant because we were sloppy to take the ball off us, and that's where their counters come from. So there are a few things that I do think we can't just brush off as pre-season that are still continuing, that fitness isn't going to sort out, if you know what I mean, Jack.
No, I agree with a couple of points that you made there when it comes to some of the problems in how open we looked defensively. In the case of kind of the first half, I'd agree with you that it's the front line was far more dangerous and far more effective in forcing the K-League to drop back, and eventually they found it very hard to even get out of their own half because the attacks from Spurs were really dangerous, and they were forcing them to just start clearing their lines, and they were basically just desperate for Spurs not to score. You can't really say that in the second half. In the second half, actually, yes, there were opportunities, we were creating chances, but you wouldn't say that the pressure was nearly as intense on the K-League team, and then that gave them kind of a window to get back into the game. I think they had some really good individual performances, some of the K-League players, to get themselves back into it. But you would argue that if they had maybe kept the same, if that front three was, purring in the same way they were in the second half, I just don't know if the K-League get all those chances that they did in the second half. It was poor play from the forward line and giving away possession, wasting opportunities, but also just nearly not being as effective, really, in creating chances and putting pressure on. Because, I mean, Dave, you might know this from more experience yourself, but what happens is if you end up just constantly, creating chances and putting pressure on the back line and on the defense, it does force the whole team to eventually drop back and drop
Yeah,
deep. And then that makes it even harder for them to launch these counterattacks, to launch these transitions against us. Where in the second half,
yeah,
I wasn't seeing enough from that from Spurs, where there weren't enough real consistent pressure forcing the team backwards, being the K League team. And then that led to, I think, some of the transitions being a lot easier for them, where they actually had more players forward than they would have had in the first half. And then also there's moments where it felt like the midfield defensively for us was not really as hard working defensively.
mm,
Felt like Madison at times, you could catch him kind of walking whenever there were transitions because the ball had just gone past him. Like you mentioned with Skip, he was just kind of a passenger in the midfield where the ball's just being passed around him, every which direction. He doesn't know how to catch up to it, doesn't know how to anticipate where the ball is about to be next. And then you pretty much then leave yourself with one midfielder. I think it was basically Basuma, and maybe it might have been someone else, that was also playing kind of a deeper role at one point.
mm.
But it did feel like Spurs were, to a degree, defensively kind of playing without two midfielders. Madison, I didn't think was making much of an effort defensively. I did catch that a couple of times, him just sort of walking back or trotting back. And then in Skip's case, like you've mentioned plenty of times, and everyone's pretty much said in the chat, he looked lost out there. So we looked pretty open in midfield because we just basically were without two decent midfielders to help stop some of these counterattacks. And then I think also the counterattacks kept happening because the forward line wasn't nearly as effective enough. It's definitely a big mix of both, and there's also some tactics mixed in there as well with Ange Postecoglou that he would have to take a look at. I think a lot of those were spot on.
No, 100%. I completely agree with you. It'll be interesting to see how we go about this. There's a number of ways. You can go and bring in two quality attackers, so that you have a bit of strength in depth in that area. So when you do want to make changes, you don't suffer what we've seen here today when we've made changes, two forward personnel, and go in the transfer market and bring in the right quality. If you don't do that, then you're forcing Ange Postecoglou to make tactical tweaks, which you will suffer somewhat going forward to a degree. It's not going to be as gung-ho and stuff like that. So they're the only two ways I can see us getting out of it. And from what I know, Ange Postecoglou ain't going to change. So it's now up to the board to bring in the players to help keep that relentlessness in attack. Look, Johnson's not the guy for us right now. He's not going to be ready for the start of the season to hit the ground running like many expects. He's going to be more of a player off the bench who'll have an impact, similar to Werner. But we do need to get players in here to help Ange Postecoglou. The board know he's not going to change, so I beg for them. Do not throw him under the bus and make him look like he's a problem at Tottenham Hotspur when he's done nothing but give you reprieve to a degree from the fan base. So fucking go and help the guy.
And some individual performances I think that are worth touching on, maybe while we kind of stay on maybe some of the lesser positive notes. I'd say Madison, again, for me, just did not look really all that up for it. I think, like I said earlier, maybe defensively didn't seem to give as much of an effort as I think he needs to if he really were to impress Ange Postecoglou and also show to him that he deserves to be starting. Because what's been nice about Bergvall and maybe to a degree, Archie Gray, is that those guys, they do work hard defensively. They actually
Yeah.
do make a lot of challenges, and they're not afraid of making a tackle. Madison, I'd say, was a bit afraid or just didn't really care about making a tackle in certain situations. And you then look at, again, Skip, like you mentioned, who just looked very lost out there. We have had players in the past who we kind of know eventually we have to move on. We kind of know eventually they're not good enough. Plenty of people said that with Højbjerg. Plenty of people have said that with Emerson, these type of players. But
He's
in
worse.
Skip's case, yeah, it's even more extreme. It's just the guy just looks completely lost in the system, both in possession and sadly out of possession. And something that I used to give him compliments for. I used to think he was a pretty good defensive player, but in the last year or so, I just think that sadly also kind of waned or something in his game where he's just not as defensively there, like in mentally or just physically or whatever it might be. I'm not too sure, but he just isn't that defensive kind of destroyer like he used to be back when we saw him under Nuno. And in this system, you need to be both. You need to be both good in possession, but then you also need to anticipate danger and do a good job in kind of blocking any of those sort of transitions or counterattacks that can arise. And it was just being played around him in every which direction. It
Yeah.
was just not fun to watch. Then you kind of
And
move.
look,
Yeah, yeah. onto
Just
Skip.
quickly, and I don't want to grate on the poor guy, but we have to have these conversations if we really want to progress as a football team on the pitch and have everyone to a good level and be able to play this system. Look, no one's rooted for Skip more than us to be able to come through. We like seeing homegrown Tottenham players come through. But it just has not worked out for the guy. He can't play this system. He's been exposed in this system. And we can sit here and make all the excuses we want for him that it's only preseason. But I'd argue, considering he got barely any game time last season, he should have been fit, ready to hit the ground running for the first game this preseason to make his marker. And the fact that he isn't, and if he gets that excuse, it's only preseason to build up his fitness, it shows to me the guy doesn't get it and maybe doesn't want to get it. So that's a poor attitude, I would argue, or lack of professionalism, or just lack of awareness, to be brutally honest, which is concerning. And if you go to the other extreme, that he's not a centre back, okay, but Archie Gray wasn't. But look how competent he looked, which again shows that Skip is way off it to some degree. So, look, I think going forward, yeah, we could sit here and say it's only pre-season, but he's one that just he's not good enough for this system. You got to move him on.
Yeah. And on to then maybe other players in the team. I said earlier, Brandon Austin, I think, might have cost his chance of maybe earning his way as the backup goalkeeper. I don't even know if people rate Fraser Forster that much, but I think even Fraser Forster might have done a better job with some of the saves and some of the opportunities that Austin had to impress us. You then go over to left back, and Jamie Donnelly was, maybe this is where we start to find some positives. Jamie Donnelly was, again, amazing actually at left back, defensively more so in some cases. He hasn't really had as many opportunities to show us what he can do defensively, but he did really well anticipating danger. Thought he did really well in possession. He was the bright spark in that first half alongside Sonny. He was partially responsible for some of the chances that Sonny had, and some of the creating of that really good moments down that left side. So I really liked Jamie Donnelly's performance. Dave, of course, mentioned Sonny. I mean, he was just terrific. And considering that a lot of these players probably are tired, they're feeling hot, they might be even a bit cranky, after all of the warm weather training, Sonny did not show that at all. In fact, he showed out for a lot of the home country, a lot of his fans that have traveled over to see him play, and then also just showed that this guy, when he's asked to play well, I mean, he put on a really good performance and practically looked ready for the Premier League with how good he was looking out there. And then at striker, I think you could say that Kulusevski is starting to play his way into the team here as the starting striker. If we don't end up getting one this summer, I don't think that's an ideal situation. If we don't end up getting a striker this summer, we definitely need one. But Kulusevski is showing what he can do. He has that hold-up play. He works hard out of possession. He's been providing assists, and now he just picked up a nice scrappy goal with a good finish. But the way he picked it up, in that situation, I think was kind of what a striker would do, just anticipating, the ball might spill over to you, and then you have to put it away. He did well with that. And there were some positives from a lot of certain players' performances. But then, yeah, and a lot of other individual performances, quite weak and concerning. I know it's only preseason. We are 2 games away from the end of preseason, and we're about to play Bayern Munich in 3 days' time. They are going to be a tougher test. They themselves are also going to be working on things. I think Vincent Kompany has a lot of pressure on him, so he'll look to try to get, I think a decent team out there to see what he can work on himself. I think this next game, against Bayern Munich could be a real eye-opener to maybe some of the problems that we've been seeing in this last game. Also, some of the individual performances that haven't exactly been that convincing in certain cases. There have been a lot of really good individual performances, but then there have been some question mark ones, and I wonder how they will fare against a team like Bayern Munich. I mean, Dave, it's a tough one because I think I'm looking forward to tomorrow, actually, because I think if we are still on for a debate show tomorrow at some point, if we can't get one organized with Sam as well as Johnny, it'd be really nice to get, ask them about this situation, because I have felt like today was more of a mixed bag, a spice bag of a performance from Spurs, and just there were a lot of positives to take from certain players, and then there was some question marks, and some concerns to take as well. I'm kind of all over the place with it.
No, look, it's been a mixed bag. I think like you said, there's been some bright takeaways that we can take to build upon. But then there's also been some things that we have to accept that start left until the start of the Premier League against Leicester. So these things have to start being put right over these next couple of games for that to transcend into the season. So look, it is coming to the point where we can't use that excuse anymore. It's only preseason. You have to take, the negatives, even though we don't, even though people might not like it. You got to take them on board. The only way of improving is if you accept it, realize it, and then look to improve it, and then. Take the positives away. Likewise, there are going to be people that are saying, oh, you can't be positive, it's preseason. Fuck that, of course you can. There are some things you can take away for sure. Let's just have a bit of balance about it. That's all I ask. But one thing is for sure, we need more signings.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happens. And like I said on the pre-match build-up, I see it already again with fans with difference of opinion. Stop going for each other. We're all Spurs fans. We all want the same thing, and we all suffer the same thing right now. But ripping each other apart ain't going to solve it. None of us are in the club, up in the boardroom to affect decisions. None of us are in the transfer market affecting decisions. And the club ain't keeping players around because of fans' opinions either. I've seen it with Richard in there. He's worried about fans happy clapping skip because it means the board mightn't keep him. The board ain't keeping him because of fans' opinion. The board are keeping him because of a box-ticking exercise. But then people don't want the youngsters to be given an opportunity to come through. In order for us to move Skip on, you have to give at least 2 or 3 of these through so you can move people like him on. So let's just stop ripping each other's head off. Let's try and have that mutual respect for each other. Like I said earlier, I grew up in an era where Spurs fans weren't as popular as they are now. They weren't as common as they were now. You seen when you automatically had that respect. That seems to be lost somewhere along the line. And for some reason, the fans seem to be taking the brunt of what's going on at this football club. If we keep doing that, we're never going to get the issues fixed. Let's stick to the issues so we can get them fixed. And stop going about the houses. Because people that say, oh, fans that happy clap skip and the reason why he stays. But people that blame fans for what's going on is another reason why the owner doesn't get enough attention for what he doesn't do.
Yeah, and beautifully put, Dave. And I think even just yesterday on the fan show, actually, Brad Matthews had a wonderful story about, him going to a concert and he ended up, wearing a Spurs bucket hat or, a Spurs Sun hat, and he got a lot of shit for it. And then everybody was, making fun of Spurs and, he was getting pelters. And then all of a sudden, there was another Spurs fan in the crowd that sort of, started screaming Yid Army, at him. And he felt like, he was being supported there. And I think that's what Spurs is all about. We already get enough crap. We already get enough shit from other people, from other fan bases. Everybody looks to pounce on us when they can. I think it's kind of about lifting each other up and understanding that, yes, we have so many different opinions about the owner, to the fan base, to the players, to everything, but we have to realize that we do have each other. People can still see us. Hard to tell.
Let me refresh it on the YouTube page.
Maybe it does. No, kind of looks the same.
Are we back? Yeah, I think we're back. We're back.
Can people hear us? Can people see us?
Yeah, we're back. I can see it on the YouTube, Jacko.
Okay, perfect. Sorry about that, everybody. It looks like the stream did cut off for a second there. I'm going to have to, again, figure out the internet situation here because I was told, and, I looked at the speed test and everything, and it's supposed to be okay, but once again, it has failed me, so it's something I'm going to have to take more seriously for next time. I think we did have a super chat, though, in from... Just let me see who it was from for just a moment here. Catching up, everybody. Once again, apologies. The Spur Crow earlier saying, thanks for taking us through the game, lads. A bit worried, to be honest, but early days, I guess. I mean, the Spur Crow, listen, we're doing our best to try to manage the conversation of it's only preseason, but we also, as, the people that are trying to tell you what's happening and what's going on screen and, the game in general, we're also trying to be relatively, we try to make conclusions. We try to make, suggestions. We try to, tell you what could be done better, what is going well. And I think there were a lot of positives to take from individual performances, but then there are also ones that, were definitely concerning. And in the case of also defensively, this was more of a, concerning performance. But for the most part, if I were to talk about Spurs' preseason in general so far, I wouldn't say there are as many question marks or as many concerns as there are positives. I think there are more positives to take because we at least have guys that are playing well that could, in fact, challenge some of these guys that aren't playing as well. We're not stuck with only, the guys like Skip or guys like Madison or some of the other players that maybe aren't playing as well this preseason. We have guys that can challenge them realistically and actually displace them in this team in general. So for the most part, I think there are a lot of positives to be taken from some of these performances. I just wonder if we'll actually get some more lessons from this Bayern Munich game to come defensively, because this was very worrying to see Spurs opened up in that second half the way that they were. Could be down to just warm weather training, them being tired. Could be down to some of the players that we brought on in the second half that just simply aren't good enough or don't believe in Ange's system. Could also be that, those international players that had come on for the K-League team are a lot better. Maybe some of the players they put on in the first half. Hard to say, really. It could be a mix of all three. It could be a mix of a lot of things. But for the most part, I wouldn't say that there's reasons to be totally doom and gloom about this preseason. You could be more doom and gloom about the fact that maybe we haven't seen so many signings other than Archie Gray and Bergvall actually play in this preseason to understand Ange's system and to give us something to be really, hopeful about when it comes to the forward line. What did you say to Spurcrow, Dave? He said that it's only early days, but he's getting a bit worried. Say that? You know here.
No, look, 100%.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, 100%. I do think there is, there is an argument for both. Look, the way I see it, first of all, Spurs Crow, thank you very much. These conversations after games, you are just going off what you've seen and stuff like that in your opinion. Once you get more detailed analysis after, probably calmer heads do prevail. But what I will say is, I do think we've learned stuff this preseason, and I think we've gained stuff in terms of question marks around the youngsters and the academy products and stuff like that. But have we progressed this preseason? And to a degree, I would say no, because I don't think them signings have been brought in enough to impact. Like, we already knew what we needed to do coming into this summer transfer window, the positions. It still hasn't changed, and we're still sitting here twiddling our thumbs waiting for the signings. So things haven't progressed in that way. But we have learnt a few things, like Kulu is better in the middle, whether that's a cam as a striker. Donnelly is good enough to play in this team. Mikey Moore is good enough to be a member of this squad, just like Donnelly. Bergvall is a lot better and more ready than what most people thought. Same with Archie Gray to a degree. So there are takeaways to have. But unfortunately, it's the shadow window that is overshining all the positives that we've seen this preseason. And look, that's down to the transfer committee and the board. It's clear what they're doing. Look, we're in the market for English players. That's the one side of the squad that has to be improved. There's not too much more improvements we can actually make to the foreign side of the squad that we have. So we are in the market for English players, right? Or players in the Premier League right now that will help us, in terms of that side of the squad. Daniel Levy is not going to go out and pay the massive amounts of money that they'll be looking for right now. He's going to wait till the end of the window and try and get it at his price and force the sale. That's what he's going to try and do. And that's what's holding this club up right now. And it's always him that holds up. Like, Postecoglou has come in. He's done everything he can. He's brought the style of football. He's made the fans a lot happier. He's got more out of players than what Conte did, and stuff like that. He's took us to fifth. He's progressed us on the football pitch. But he can only do it so far. He also, Daniel Levy used him at the start of last season to go out there in front of the fans, which he would never have done in years gone by. So now it's time for him to come to the party, support Ange Postecoglou and what he's doing. Us fans, we're trying to see what he's doing. We're giving him the time, the patience to be able to build this from the ground up, with youngsters and stuff like that. But some point, this transfer committee has to come to the party this summer and help transition this club. If they don't, all that noise that was there before Postecoglou arrived is straight back there again on his door. Do you want that heading into a season? I don't. I want us to focus on the football. So hopefully they can get the business done.
And thanks for going through the game with us as well, the Spur Crow. Thanks to anybody who followed us throughout this watch along. I really had to appreciate it. And sorry for the technical difficulties towards the end there. I'm glad it didn't happen during the game, but I'm sorry it happened a little bit in the post-match. Hopefully you guys had some picture. If you weren't able to watch the game, you still got some picture of what the game was like. And you got to see some awesome celebrations and some awesome moments from myself and Dave. And you also heard some concerning moments as well, some things that we got frustrated by. So I hope there was some type of picture that was painted for you guys if you were watching along or at least listening along. And thank you for the extra support as well, Spur Crow. It does go a long way in keeping these things going. We got up at 3:30 a.m., to run the watch along ahead of this one, getting up even earlier to set it all up and all that stuff. So I really do appreciate the extra support and the recognition. Paul Connor, thank you, sir, saying thanks for a great watch along, guys. Bayern is the true test to where we are at. Some great individual performances. Donnelly was my man of the match today, but the second half was very painful. We lost 3-1 technically. Come on, you Spurs. That's a fair point, Paul, with the fact that if you were to just look at the second half as in isolation, we basically got pretty outclassed and pretty schooled in that second half. And then in the case of Jamie Donnelly, Dave, I mean, he's labeled that as one of the best performances of the day today, and I can't disagree. I think Sonny had a great individual performance, but Sonny would not have gotten some of the service that he did had it not been for Jamie Donnelly and how well they worked together.
No, I think Donnelly was absolutely superb there today, and he was a massive help to Son. He aided Son's game. One thing I loved about him was when he was making them inverted runs, he made them ahead of Son and more central to a point where it was almost like one of the opposing players was like, I won't pick him up. Son's not going to play that. But Son played it every single time to perfection. And he took players away from Son, which left Son one-on-one, which actually opened the game up for him to cut on his back, beat his man on the outside, cut his man on the inside. When Adoji's there, sometimes that doesn't happen. I do think that's something Adoji needs to sort of work out with Son, is take players away from Son. That's all you got to do when Son's on the ball. Just drag players away from him. He'll go and do the rest. He's that good. And Donnelly done that. But also defensively, he was brilliant back there today at times. Getting in there, cutting out crosses, showing composure, playing out from the back. But then when he did get the ball in the final third, he delivered nearly every single time. With these youngsters when they come in, what I'm looking for is someone that can still link up within the passing moves and not take away from the quality, the ball not break down at them. And it didn't with Donnelly today. I thought he was bloody superb. Unlucky not to score, unlucky not to come away with an assist, to be brutally honest. And this is a striker, come calm, playing at left back, by the way. So let's give him a round of applause. Bula Bus, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and Archie Gray's been praised for all the times that he's been played out of position, but like you've maybe mentioned a couple of times, Dave, Archie Gray, or not Archie Gray, sorry, Jamie Donnelly maybe hasn't been given enough of that praise or that similar deserving praise of playing out of position and playing in uncomfortable areas, and that really tests your footballing IQ, that really tests your footballing abilities, and he's shown, he really has, he's been superb so far. And I've really liked Jamie Donnelly, and I thought he had an opportunity here to show what he's made of more in the final third, and he has done. He gave Sonny so much service, made really good runs off of Sonny as well, that Sonny did end up playing in as well, and I just thought they had a great relationship that formed between them. Something similar to what I have seen with Mikey Moore and Jet Spence. They just have good chemistry with each other. They know where each other are, and they have, I think, just good combinations between the two of them that was really fun to watch and gave you something to think about, because the other options are Brennan Johnson and Porro, which hasn't really been that great to watch, and the other options have been guys like Timo Werner and Destiny Udoji in the past, which also hasn't been that great to watch. So this is food for thought and something that is, nice to be able to see ourselves, that guys like Jamie Donnelly can come in a very uncomfortable position for him and perform still what we're looking for from a left back. And really impressed by him today. Really impressed by him. A real bright spark. And is he right about Bayern Munich that maybe fans, if they haven't taken anything, a lot of fans don't want to read into preseason at all. Some people like ourselves might read into it a bit too much at times. Where does Bayern Munich lay in all of this? Is that a game where we can all shake hands and say that should be, more realistic to an in-game, type of scenario, Premier League type of level? Should we take a lot from this Bayern game that's coming up?
Yeah, 100%. I think it'll be a good test to see where we're at, what level we're at heading into this season. Look, Bayern Munich, they're only coming into their pre-season now. Ours is ending, so there is going to be a difference in level of fitness. But if they play us off the park, I mean, I'd be rightly concerned, to be brutally honest, considering a lot of them are only coming back, and I believe they won't even have a Harry Kane for this Saturday. It's only the one after where they're going to have someone like Harry Kane. So, if they pop us off the park, I think it will be concerning with the extra minutes in our legs and with how good we've looked pumping the ball around. I would like to see us push them back and come out of this with a victory and keep it rolling. I think it'd be a very good test to see where we're at, to be brutally honest with you. Look, some say you can't read too much into preseason, and some say you should read a lot into preseason, but the truth is it's somewhere in the middle. You don't want to overreact, but there are things you should be taking and learning from.
Absolutely. And maybe one of my final words is, you do look at some of the other Premier League teams so far this preseason, and they've had some scares themselves. Like, as much as this might have been a bit of a scare for us, a lot of teams have had some scares. I've seen, what is it, Chelsea got, absolutely destroyed by Celtic 4-1. I mean, that's definitely not pretty to watch. I know that Liverpool and, Liverpool and Man United have had, interesting preseasons. Liverpool, in their case, haven't signed too many players, and Man United have lost, some games so far this preseason and have not looked very convincing, and they've had some weird, words coming from the manager and whatnot. So I don't know. With preseason, you can take a lot from it, but you can also ignore it completely. But I agree with Dave. I think that it is somewhere in the middle, and there are probably other fan bases looking at their own respective preseasons that are panicking actually right now with the way their teams have been playing. Whereas I think us Spurs fans, we've actually got a good, healthy mix of the two. I think we have a lot of things that we can be happy about, a lot of things that we can be positive about with the preseason. But then after today, we still have some question marks and we still have some concerns as well. And that's not really teetering towards one side or the other too much. I think that's actually a good, healthy mix at this point. So for the most part, I've enjoyed this preseason, and I've enjoyed the fact that there are things that we can talk about that are positive, and there are things that we can talk about that are still some question marks and concerns. It makes our job actually a bit easier because there's a lot to talk about actually from this preseason.
And look, it's been a generally pretty good preseason, right? We haven't lost a game. You've got to take that into consideration. If we had lost a game, people would be using it to absolutely berate the club. So,
Yeah.
you got to take that as a positive. That we're getting this winning feeling. We're seeing games out and stuff like that. And then the other thing I would say is it hasn't really been as disrupted as it has been in years gone by. There's only been one focus, and that's get transfers in. In years gone by, there's been all these sideshows created by management, players, fucking owners, everybody else, booking to go to places on preseason in the middle of monsoon season, shit like that. This season has had a lot less chaos around it. And I would hope that it benefits the team heading forward. So let's wait and see.
Well, everyone, unless there are any final comments or any final words or any final questions you'd like to get across, thank you once again for picking us as your watch-along destination. Apologies about the technical difficulties towards the end. I'll try to figure it out for next time so it doesn't have to happen. Didn't happen in the last stream with Nick, thankfully, so, it didn't happen consistently, but it did happen at the end here. So I'll try to figure it out for you guys, and I really appreciate you guys, joining us and trusting us to provide you guys, some of the analysis and some of the coverage of this, because I know plenty of you guys might not have even been able to watch this game. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in and picking us as your destination. Shout out to all the fan show and elite show members that do have the opportunity to send in their fan cams. We're going to put a post about that after this game, so please send those in. We don't want just Sean to be our guy. I'm not even sure if Sean was even able to watch this one, so now it's an opportunity for someone else to step up and throw in their fan cams, and we would really like to be able to put that up there. It's a good new perk that we really would like to see you guys take advantage of this upcoming season. And then there should be a Twitter Reacts out for tomorrow, and unless I'm missing anything else, yeah, just please.
Potentially Watchalong highlights as well, potentially.
I should have them. All together. I think I remember this time to be able to press the record button on them. And just stay by the channel and really appreciate all your support, everyone. And we'll see you all for more content today and tomorrow and throughout the weekend. But I think we'll leave you there. Yes, Dave.
Just lastly, if anyone has a spare euro today or tomorrow in your pocket, please head down to your local church, light a candle, and pray for signings. Come on, you Spurs. In the big hand trust, we never stop.
And put it into the slot machine. Come on, you Spurs, everybody. We'll see you next time. And send in those fan cams, please, everybody.